There we go, right game. Helps if I actually get the right game. So that brings us up to session number... There we go. Better to have that game. There we go, that looks even better. Session number 43, apparently. And this group has done 200 sessions. This is their 200th session. So
Happy anniversary.
Happy birthday to us.
Well, surviving 200 sessions is a definite good thing to be able to have done.
Well, not everyone survived.
Yeah, I would have thought of the section 1, I guess.
Well, Jeremy was.
I remember okay, take us here over when we were at Absalom, I think.
I think he's talking about Wednesday fortnight session number 1.
Oh, right.
I guess when I joined, it was like 100 something already.
It was.
I don't remember.
Well, it's about 20 to 26 sessions a year, depending on my health. So we can fit in 26 sessions if we're lucky, but we usually average around 20 sessions.
That's why I picked up. Nothing important happened before you got here, so don't worry about it.
Ha 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 ha. Funny.
We were all waiting for you, that's all.
You were just saying how important you were to the doing things. So, we have online today, we have Jeremy.
Good evening, all. I'm playing Corda, the elf half-human fighter from Sandpoint. The would-be hero joined the Pathfinders to make the world a better place, as he understood that all the legions said that they did so. Since he's got in, he's found that possibly the legions glossed over some of the other aspects, or maybe Corda didn't pick up those nuances when he was reading the legends.
Well, you have made the world a better place. You've managed to get Pinwinkle kicked out of the Pathfinders.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. Unfortunately, Pinwinkle died. Pinwinkle is dead. Something came out of his body, but Pinwinkle is dead.
Yes, but you did have issues with Pinwinkle beforehand.
Oh, absolutely. That's right. He certainly, he was obviously a blight on the society.
So now he's no longer affecting the society.
That's right.
And whatever crawled out of him, you'll get eventually.
That's right.
Also online tonight we have Victor.
Hello. I'm Victor from Brazil, and I am playing Luna of Libra. That's a human Shanti. That is Cosmos Oracle. She's pretty geeky and knowledge hungry. And excited to go.
And hopefully alive.
Yeah.
Which we'll find out soon.
I don't need to keep like remembering you guys that I am not a vampire anymore, so that's good.
That is good, but we did end last session with people in the dying state. Okay, also on tonight, online we have Annie.
Annie, I'm playing Nexa, a half-orc barbarian male who has countless siblings across the land because his dad was a hoe. His mum died in a tragic accident that probably had something to do with a past character's sister. And some other shit went down at the family home, but we've been over that.
At least now you can get the party onto a revenge kick.
This is true. Yeah.
It might not be the original Pinwinkle, but you can still get revenge on whatever crawled out of him.
Yeah.
Which brings us to David, if he's free.
Maybe not.
Well, I thought I was.
Hello.
Yep, he is free.
Fantastic, sorry. My phone. Hello, I'm David. I play Bella Silvertongue, a human sorcerer-ish, healy, sometimes party destroyer and disruptor, who was awfully fond of Chemical and is kind of sad that he went away. And kind of likes the new version, but doesn't really.
What about Kega? Do you miss Kega?
If I missed Kega, I'd have to cast Fireball again.
That's a bit rough,
What
but
someone else's moral compass, man.
and I believe we have a returned Mark.
Yes, I'm back. It's not Penguin anymore, it's Prickwindle, okay? So that's how it goes. Anyway, I'm playing Sparky, the delightful female dwarf who thinks everyone is wonderful so far. Okay.
Yes, what could go wrong?
Yes. Even thinks Belloff's a good person.
So you're suggesting that she'll give him more wide-eyed and innocent than Cordar was when he started the Pathfinder Society?
Oh, she's a bit worried about the Oracle, but we won't go there yet, so.
Okay, so we are currently doing what's called the Shards of Sin. And you have been travelling through a rather complex looking dungeon. Just so you can sort of see how complex the dungeon looks. That's the level you guys have been doing.
Ooh.
And that's only one level of about 7 or something, I think. You can
Yeah, I think that's about 7 down.
And the upper ones were interlaced, so therefore you might start on level 1, but continue along, end up on level 4, then go back up to level 2.
Well, I considered trying to build it with that Tailspire tool I did for one of the Friday games, until I looked at how much of a pain it would be to build. Because the thing is, the walls sit in part of the square, and you've sort of got to set it up so the walls are outside the square to be able to use it properly.
Yeah.
Because figures can't move through a half square. And things were getting a little complicated in trying to figure out how to actually make it work properly based on a map. You sort of had to add and subtract distance to make it sort of work. So it was a nice attempt, and I may use it down the track more. Especially when the Hero Forge Figures online tool actually connects into it, because they're still working on that. So, what happened last session is you spent most of the session breaking through wards into a area of a portal to hell. After, of course, you found the sack made out of a giant's testicle.
I remember that. I was pretty closely attached to that one. Yeah.
You had a good examination of it.
I examined it, and then I almost threw up right afterwards. Yeah.
Very much so. But the sack
And
does
Cordar was quite happy to pick up the leather sack.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not going to answer that one, Jerry. That's up to you to decide that one. I'll let Annie decide how she wants to answer that one.
And a lot of jokes happen.
Stay quiet.
And Balath now has 2 murderous looking crows
That's right. Forgot
and
about that.
a flaming dog.
Wait, a flaming dog? Where'd that come from?
The portal to hell.
that we just found open.
Okay.
And in last session we had Kangasero shut the portal and the entire room explode, sending a lot of you into death and dying.
That's right, yes.
So, does anyone remember what you were at?
Yes, I'm at 10 hit points.
I don't actually remember, sorry.
I think it was 30 points of damage, so I think.
It's 30 points of damage unless you save the things. Cordar slipped down 15 out of his 42. And he's ready to leap to help with his marvellous medicine skills as tested with Finwinkle.
Need to pick up my dices.
I don't remember what I was at either, Martin. Sorry.
That's okay. I assume you'd be left on 20 because you did have a lot of hit points.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I actually don't remember.
So before we start, I should get what Luna's maximum hit points are.
Well, I think
Luna's max hit points were a total of 32.
but Luna was at at the point 0.
She
So
was.
she probably took more than the 30 points of damage, I think. I think she was definitely one that was down.
Man, don't kill my new character, man. What
No, because you're the one that actually closed it. You were actually at the point of the explosion.
And how much hit points did Mark's character have, Sparky? Total.
I got 40 total. I got myself crossed out 40 and put 10 there. So.
Yeah, because you can't have your phone.
Yes.
I really don't remember.
So, but it's okay, because let's face it, that if we can't revive Luna, she definitely died a hero.
I thought Luna was like, she's so brave. So brave.
I was so happy to be here, and now you're trying to here already. Come on, man.
So I thought it was adding Luna on the map. Remember? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think, because, Cordar's on, he's down 15 of the 42.
In a very, very rare moment of actual healing, Balath is going to cast a 3-round heal.
Okay, so amusingly enough, I believe Balaf was also down because it was 30 damage. Because I believe he didn't make the saving throw. Because I know 2 characters went down.
Yeah. And that's why we're going to rely on Cordar magnificent medicine skills to demonstrate the Pinwinkel.
Hang on. Sparky's got better than Pinwinkel medicine skills. Just put it out there. So.
Okay, just so you now know, we're starting with you guys are unable to hear anything. There's no light source, and the room's full of dust and debris.
Okay.
Do we see a flaming hellhound?
No. As I said, no light source.
You go, Connor.
Cordar will attempt to reactivate his Wayfinder first thing so he can get some light going.
Okay, so yes, there's dust everywhere. It looks as if you're in a snowstorm.
Okay. I'm calling out saying, hey, are people okay? Looking around for those that aren't moving and aren't responding. It's probably all of them because they can't hear us. I probably can't hear myself.
I get my female Scottish accent going again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can. No, I can't do it anymore. Yes, I'm okay. So Sparky yells at going, yeah, okay, just.
Well, except you might not be responding to Cordar because if we're all deaf. So.
All deaf, are we?
Yep.
Okay. I just hear ringing and I can't remember where I was standing. Yeah.
Cordar's realising that he barely hear himself calling out. He's definitely waiting and looking for others.
Okay, everyone who's conscious, which are 2 others of you, get to make perception rolls. So Nexa and Sparky get to make a perception roll.
Cordar's perception is 16, 23.
27 for Sparky because she's spartaculous.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
26 for Nexa.
Whoa, there you go. On fire.
Oh, good.
The 3 of you notice that in the very center of the devastation is Luna, looking a little worse for wear. And off to the side, squished against the wall, is Balath, also looking a little worse for wear.
Sorry, I missed was that a level of perception that actually saw that impression?
All of you did.
All of us did?
You all rolled very well.
Cordar will then go to Luna.
If I see him go to Luna, I'll go to Bella.
Okay.
Yeah, my medicine. And yes, Cordar will attempt a medicine check. Oh, 19! He must like Luna more than critical.
Wow.
That is big.
Okay.
Okay, when we were trying to do it with Midwinkle, I don't think I got above 10, even with my +5, on about 4 attempts. So. But yeah, a total of 24 for the on Luna.
I'll go for Bella. There we go.
Oh, how much
Okay,
did you
so
get?
you stabilize Luna.
Yep.
I got a 21 for me for Bella. I'm trading medicine, by the way, right?
You got a 21.
Yep.
You failed to stabilize Bella.
Oh,
So treat wounds actually remove wounded, but don't make it character
It was
conscious, right?
It was not treat wounds. It was administer first aid.
okay, fair call.
Basically,
Like, certainly, that was certainly coordinate perception. First of all, stop the bleeding, then I'll try and do a heal check.
if you wanted to do treat wounds, you'd be spending 10 minutes unless you had the battle medicine.
Which I think a lot of us do now, don't we?
Okay.
Yeah.
So yes.
Luna don't have any medicine, I guess. Let me check.
Before anyone else does,
you can heal it down.
before anyone else does anything, we will then get
my
a death saving throw for Belath, because Belath is at dying too. Which is why Mark's character fell by 1 point.
Alright, who wants to do the roll?
Not me, I don't trust myself.
I was going to say, do you want me? I can volunteer. Honest.
Hey, roll that for me, please. Annie?
Why don't you ask me, man? I'm your friend.
Sorry, what was that?
Can you roll the set for me, please?
He doesn't roll it. He doesn't trust that he must do with FK for him for some reason.
Sure.
That doesn't understand.
Yeah, so you roll a d20 for it.
You're never getting me to roll for you again.
Oh,
It was legit a 1.
You might want to re-roll.
if somebody could, Annie, just roll again for me, please.
Alright. 17.
Okay, so you went from instant death to the exact number you needed not to die.
Nice one.
So it was a DC 17 for you to reduce to dying 1 instead of go to dying 3. But if she had have rolled as 1, it would have been a dying 4.
Yeah, no, I'm very, very aware.
Okay, so now would anyone else like to spend a round trying to stabilize poor Belath?
Before that happens, I've got 2 cure wounds potions.
Yep.
I can mind you that you don't know actually how dying I am. You just know that I'm down.
Yeah, and I was going to ask Martin the DM question.
Yep.
Cure wounds, will that bring him back to stable, or is it just actually heals them?
It heals and stabilizes.
Okay, I'm going to use one of those because I don't trust myself. So just a normal cure wounds, just like the minimum one of that.
I believe it's
You
a
said
D8.
you were better at healing. And
Yeah,
now
after-
you are saying that you don't trust yourself.
See, I don't want it to kill Bella because he'll never forgive me, so that's why I'm not going to do it.
Oh, if Bella comes back from death with some sort of curse, you know he's coming after every single one of you.
Oh, that's why I'm doing it too. I'm prepared for this whole thing. So.
Okay.
With different how?
The death he was seeking for you is quite passive. The death that he will seek for you then will be very, very active.
Okay, so
maybe,
So I'm here
maybe,
and don't bring it back.
maybe he actually likes now and don't come back.
that's fast, guys. So Mark, do you use the potion or not?
I use the potion.
Okay. I believe it's the D8 potion.
It's just the base minimum one. So it's the first level cure wounds one. So that's what I'm
Okay, be right back. I will get some X-ray.
That's an automatic hit, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'll make save. I just want to double check with Martin before I do it. That's all, because I was pretty certain it was automatic save, but
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have to save once he gets it. I was just looking up potion.
yeah.
Unfortunately, you drown on liquid while you're drinking unconscious.
So Mark, roll a D8.
Sorry, mate.
Roll 1D8.
1d8.
Is it?
Okay.
Potion to spell an automatic hit.
D8 is One hit point.
Okay.
It's better than nothing. I've got him alive. That's all I care about.
I can do the rest.
I'll attempt battle medicine on Luna.
Okay.
Having stabilized her. 14, 19. Hopefully it should be enough.
Should be.
Normally 15, unless there are other significant modifiers.
Sorry, just trying to keep my
Um,
notes up to date while we're going.
Yep.
Okay.
I've got to go on mute again for a little while.
All good.
Dustin's going to double round heal himself, then triple round heal the party, then cast Prestidigitation to clean himself up, and follow the party again.
Okay, so I believe it's 2d6.
Yeah.
2d8. Yeah.
Well, it's 1d8 plus 8.
I know for Jeremy's
mine
one.
was 2d8. Yeah. So Luna got 11.
Luna gets 11.
And then do you want me to roll d8 for spellcasting while I've got them?
Yes, you can.
The first one is total of 9, because like Mark, I could roll a 1 on a d8 as well when it comes to Beleth.
And that's for the group heal or the.
No, that was his first one, so that was the 1d8 plus 8. So he's two round one or 2 action 1.
So it does it to himself. Yep.
I am
3
that.
action, how much is the 3 action? Is that a 1d8
It's 1d8, no bonus, I believe.
for everybody? Yeah. So a 7.
So that's now what the party looks like for health. Having beaten themselves up a little bit.
That's all Luna, right? I don't remember what I was doing like before the thing exploded. I was trying to close the portal. Is that it?
You stuck your hand in a portal to hell.
You recognise the portal to hell and heroically attempted to close it without actually explaining what you were doing or anything else. So we all saw you do something and the water closed.
Looking down at your hand is clenched in a fist. And it is all blackened all around the skin and sort of looks very ashen.
That's Luna's hand.
That is Luna's hand, the one that you stretch forward to put into the portal.
So I am awake now, right?
You are awake.
Everyone got healed.
Everyone's got about half health by the look of it. So.
Well, Luna just like sit down, look at her hand, and start crying.
Okay, Sparky. Sparky's not really a hugger, so like Penguin, the following person knows Penguin would have been a hugger. Sparky just gives a tap on the shoulder, and that's as far as I go.
Martin, I'm trying to remember. Did the rest of the party actually recognise the portal to hell before he tried to close it, or?
He didn't have a lot of discussion. He just went up, I can do this, and then bang, as people were looking in his direction.
Okay, yeah, I thought. So, Cordo's going to be trying to get the information then. Hey, he kept me, what happened? What was that? What did you do? Start talking.
I guess. I guess I realized that's a portal to hell, and I'm feeling like I should close it. And then bang! I thought I was in Pharasma's domain.
Well, Sparky would just say, look, at least you know how to party and go out with a bang. Sorry, okay.
Oh my god.
I actually found that funny.
Yeah, next time if you decide you want to do the party, let the party know so we can back away from the bang.
I didn't knew it was about to explode. I feel like I should close it and then I did. I didn't actually thought much about it.
Very happy and very impressed that you managed to close an apparent gateway to hell, but as I said, a little bit of warning as to what you're doing means that this would be more prepared.
I'm sorry, guys. Please don't report back to the society. Don't let them expel me.
Yeah, so I'm looking around for that hellhound because I was worried about the hellhound before that happened.
Yeah.
Do I see the hellhound around at all?
Yeah, it's shaking itself off, and as it does, the flames start lighting up again.
Oh.
Where did that hell come from? Because I really don't remember. I'm sorry, guys.
The gateway to hell that you just closed.
I just look at Bella going, your puppy didn't die, I just say, and that's all I got to say.
Apparently, Bella befriended it before we could do anything otherwise with it.
I said, while Spark's inquisitive, knows it's a hellhound, and knows that nothing comes good out of things from hell, so yeah, it's like, okay, I'll let it be, but does anyone want me to do some battle medicine? Because I can do that, so, as well. So, just call out if you want me to heal you.
Maybe we should go back and report to the society.
Technically, you're no longer in the round initiative, so you can't actually do normal actions unless you would be better off doing trained medicine instead of battle medicine.
That's right. Okay, we've got time to actually cut down.
And say you got into an altercation down the track, you would not be able to use battle medicine on anyone you've already used it on for that day, even though you weren't in danger earlier. So that's me just pointing rules out to you.
No, that's very cool. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Thanks for
The important point right now, though, sorry, the dust has settled, we've cleared through, but I have a feeling we're still in the middle of a maze, aren't we?
You've knocked all the walls down.
Okay. So, not only, Luna, not only did you close the gate to hell, but you also found the exit from the maze. Good job.
Amazing.
Well done. Amazing indeed.
She starts like cleaning her face over the tears and starts cheering up and say, "Thank you, guys."
And you do notice that Luna's got her one of her hands clenched in a tight fist.
Hey, Luna, what's in your hand? Your hand okay?
I guess not. I start opening it.
You can't move your fingers at all.
She starts crying again, saying like, "Something's wrong with my hand."
Can I go and do a? I was going to check on the hand and see what's happened to it. Is it kind of like gone ashy or all kind of stuff?
Give me a medicine check.
Okay. Here we go. Woohoo! I got a
natural 1.
23 total. No, one natural 1 is when I do saving throws for myself. Like, you know that.
I couldn't help but inquire. Okay, so looking at the hand, you said you got 23?
23 total, yeah.
Okay, you believe that she has fried all of her tendons in her hand.
Oh,
Jesus!
Okay, so... No, I'm just saying...
The hand itself actually smells of cooked meat.
That's okay, Luna. Dudes dig scars.
What? I couldn't actually understand what you said, Eddie. What?
Dudes dig scars. So yeah,
I didn't get the reference, man.
No. So what? And Sparky explained this to you. He said, look, you know, males they seem to dig girls with scars. So that's what she's trying to get at. It's what they find it. I suppose the word attractive is used for the situation. So, and then Sparky will lift up a shirt and you see a scar down her left arm, I think. So yeah, I got that when I fought a goblin one time.
So lifts up her shirt to show the arm?
No, I'm just doing the sleeves of the shirt done. I know this is not PG session tonight, but just sleeves of the arm showing a scar just on my upper arm kind of thing, okay?
For a minute there I thought we had girls gone wild.
Hey, that's for the after party.
Will they start saying like, this is the head that my mother usually like to read and stuff?
Look, when we get back to west of the city, we'll get a healer to look it through, and then we can heal you up and all that. Till then, I pull out like a bandage out of my healer's kit, and I wrap her hand up in bandages, saying, "Till then, just we'll keep you at the back, and we'll look after you and protect you." Okay? So I'm trying to provide a muddly thing as much as I can, but within reason. Dwarfs are not really muddly, so.
Well, the beard's getting in the way.
Well, I can't actually cast heal. I can't actually cast heal without a hand, right?
Yes,
Because
you can.
it has somatic components.
You need one hand.
You need one hand free to cast it.
You don't necessarily need both hands.
So I can actually cast heal on my other hand if I wish, right?
No, because heal is general healing. It does not heal certain conditions.
That's right. You can heal and give yourself back some hit points. You probably can't do anything about your hand with that spell there.
So what you were facing, where if you had a critically failed, you would have been on the other side of the portal when it closed. On a fail, you would have been on the other side of no critical fail. You'd have been on the other side of the portal as it closed, as you went through in a tiny stream. On a fail, you would have just been on the other side. On a success, you would have basically lost the arm. And on a critical success, you only lost the hand. It was not an easy thing to do.
Now, with my medicine check, Martin, can I tell him that, or tell her that it was she'll need a restoration spell of some sort?
It's at the point of regeneration.
Regeneration, yeah. So I said definitely a healer back at the Pathfinder Society might be able to help you out here.
In the meantime, Cordar will attempt.
What about potions? Doesn't potions like grow limbs back or something like that?
Only if they provide regeneration. If you cut something off and you cast a healing spell, you close over that wound. You do not actually put a limb back on it.
So some potions can, but they're not just your generic healing potions.
Got it.
Any basic potion that heals you will just close the skin over and give a nice nasty looking scar. It doesn't actually remove the scar. It's a high level potion that will remove a scar.
Cordar's happy to take the time, 10 minutes at the moment, to patch up.
Who are you going to patch?
Who have we got there? I'm not seeing. Cordar's the one at the far left, isn't it?
That is Beleth.
Beleth.
That is Lunar.
Because Cordar's only on 8 damage total, because he only took 15 and then came back.
I would also like to help.
Okay, so
I guess I can use a 3-action healing, a first level healing, I guess. Let me see if I have
that should be called out for
Yeah, cool. That's right. Hang on. Everyone should be about half damage. I thought, hang on. That can't be too bad. But,
everyone, you've taken half instead of all of it like everyone else did.
Cordar's going to be doing 10 minutes, but obviously people are going to do spell casting, they're happening a lot faster. So.
No, sorry, I thought it was a man, not your son.
So I believe.
I actually didn't prepare a second level healing. God damn.
Okay.
So, but I have a first level healing. I cannot try that.
You can. So you do
and Marty, I don't think I actually spent spell slot already here, right?
Not yet.
We haven't.
Okay. Because I didn't take notes. I'm sorry to what spells I had. But okay.
Unfortunately, I'm not keeping track of your
How
characters
many
for
dashes
you.
is a 3-action healing? Is only one, right?
It's a 1 plus
That's everybody gets 1d8.
You should keep track better of what spells you've used, Victor, because that is very important. The GM should not keep track of your spells for you.
Yeah, I know. That's not your job. That's my job. But I actually didn't take notes.
Luna got another 8 points from Cordar's 10-minute treat wounds.
Oh, thank you. And let me see how much we all get.
Yeah.
So that was 7, you said? That was correct, Jeremy.
So
7.
I got a total.
Yeah, Kevin,
yeah,
you're but yeah, Kevin will do, but anyway. Because he's going to go Taiwan, so.
And how much did Luna do on her group heal? 7, you said?
8. I rolled an 8.
Okay.
I
I
love
will
my
heal. I treat medicine myself, Martin. I've got 21 total. I assume is that 1 dice or 2 dice? I can't remember now.
2 dice.
That is
2
two,
dice?
Yeah.
two dice.
Since everybody's doing treat wounds, can I do treat wounds with only one hand? I can't, right?
Yes, you can. You
Yeah,
can.
okay.
As long as you have one free hand, you can do stuff.
Martin, I got another 8 from Sparky. I was about to say Pinwinkle.
But I guess treat wounds, no, I can't. Treat wounds are just 2 hands. Because of the tools, you need 2 hands to operate the medicine tools.
No,
So,
you just need to have the healer's tools. It doesn't actually say you need 2 hands.
It says on the tools needs 2
You
hands.
say tools always need, like tools generally always need 2, do they? So, anyway, okay. I mean, right now, it's probably not going to be a major issue for you because you're probably pretty well fully cured anyway, so.
I go with the next. Do you want
What's
to get next step?
oh, Luna is that ugly guy portrait right
At
there,
this
right?
stage, yes.
The second one?
Yes. What was that, Mark?
Come on, Mark. Don't keep that guy. That guy's ugly.
Okay, I'll let Victor finish, but I was going to ask next if she would like to meet a healer. So we make a link here.
You've already spent 10 minutes in the dust and dirt here, with 2 of you doing healing.
I'll offer it if she doesn't want it. I understand. She's pretty okay anyway. So.
Yeah. So, with the walls of the labyrinth gone, can we see any ways out?
You can see
let the dust settle a
a
bit.
way to the south. I'm just going to be muting people who text me while I'm running a game, because I am sick and tired of the beeping coming through. Because we're recording the beeps, guys.
What the hell? That's such an inconvenience.
Yes. But the thing is, we are playing a game at the moment, and if you want to do a picture, send me an email, and I'll try to do it between sessions. I don't want to spend a lot of time messing around right now because the computer it's on is not the one that's getting the messages.
Okay. What an inconvenience, guy. Oh man, god damn it.
I
Fucking
gotta-
Brazilians.
I've got to set it up beforehand, not during game. Okay, so
Fucking Brazilians, man.
so yes, you can see that there is what appears to be an exit to the south.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. The entrance you came
Okay.
through is long gone.
Okay. Well, Corda will check around, make certain everyone's good enough to move on after having our 10-15 minute break.
Yeah.
And you'll go at least check out this south passage and see what you can see.
Okay, looking into this passageway, taking the light source with you, you see a stout iron portcullis blocking the other half of the room. The winch is on the other side of the portcullis.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the other side of a door you saw earlier.
Okay. I think so, yes. We came down with the backside. Probably the other side of the door that had the warnings that we got worse and worse. We decided, let's just hold off on going that one.
Yeah.
And then someone decided to open up a door that was even more worse.
And on this side of the portcullis is, there's a skeleton in Swatch half plate lying against the winch on the other side of the portcullis.
Mm-hmm. So how big is this room? How far away is the portcullis? Or the winch?
So the portcullis is at the entrance to the room itself. And the
so
winch,
we're standing at the portcullis, but I was just saying, is there any way to reach the winch from this side?
it's about probably about 20 feet away.
Mm-hmm. Cornell, have a quick test of the portcullis, see if it can be lifted or moved aside or anything like that, or whether it's about to fall apart because it's so rusty.
Okay, you pull at it. Give me a strength check.
A total of 8.
Total of 8. It appears to be stuck in the cog.
Yep. And obviously it's not so rusty it's about falling, it's had to fall apart, I'm assuming.
It seems to be fairly sturdy.
Yeah.
Basically, you can quite easily flake little bits of rust off, and it's a strong iron underneath.
Yeah, the iron's still strong, okay.
You think at one stage it might have been gilded?
Okay.
Just thinking I might be able to do something. Hang on.
If only you had somebody who could turn into a mouse.
If while people look at it, Cordell will start pulling out his rope and his crowbar.
Mm-hmm.
Start doing options without trying to throw a rope over the winch and see if you can activate it or anything like that. So,
yep.
But yes, happy for people to try other things first, but they're more likely to work.
I've got stone cutting, terrain experience for underground, which I think is going to help here. It's not a trap because it's actually. Well, I'll do a trap search just in case it's a trap.
Okay.
Next time, stare at it intimidatingly or try to reap it up. That's about it.
Well, I'm thinking that, between Nexo and Cordell, we've got a chance of pulling it up, but I prefer to try and open it properly first.
21 for a trap mechanism kind of check. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, you're sure that there is a cog sort of mechanism on this thing, meaning that if you're not turning the cog, it's probably not going to move more than a tiny bit.
Okay. Can I just, is there anything that can move the cog outside the kind of where the thing is? Like, does it go towards, does it look like it's moving to a switch somewhere or something like that? Or can I pick that up? Or?
You can't even see the mechanism. The mechanism looks like it was put into the stonework millennia ago, actually, more than 10,000 years ago.
Yeah, because I don't use my stone cutting is not going to work here because that's more for just stonework, not for mechanisms and stonework. So yeah. Okay, I'll let Jeremy get a thing because he's good at that.
So looking at the winch, does it have some nice spines poking out of it that we can try and lasso a rope around to try and pull on or something like that?
It does have a handle still on the winch.
So.
If Kangasir were here, he was probably already trying to bash the door down. But
I'm sure he would be.
I miss Kaya, come on.
But Cordell's tied a bit of a loop around at the end of the rope, and you'll see if you can throw the rope over the handle.
Okay, that will be a basically ranged attack roll.
Yep. Rolled a 2, so that might get me up to probably about 5, I suspect, for a base.
Okay, so you have trouble, swinging from this side of the.
The rope doesn't actually get through the bars of the portcullis, I'm assuming.
Yeah, maybe you should try swinging it from the other side of the bars.
Can I kind of just tap Cordell on the shoulder and says, I'm the range expert here, and you let me have a go?
I'm happy for you to try tossing the rope.
Because I've got more decks than other does.
I guarantee you've got more decks.
So that'll be my decks. Will be just a what are these? The non-trained, not trained rope.
I'm happy for you to be called trained in it. So you add your dex, you add 2, you add your level.
That's okay, plus 9.
Technically caught up at double figures, but I'm happy to still hit the bar.
Yeah, plus 9.
You get 10?
16?
16. Okay, it loops around the handle.
Ooh, is it not tightened yet, is it? Or we're going to pull it to be tight, don't we? Okay.
Well, the problem is we don't know yet whether pulling it is actually the way we want the thing to turn, but hey, we'll try to...
I go, I make sure that because he's the strong person, I go, okay, got that bit done, I hand it back to him.
Okay. I'll give it a gentle tug just to help secure it and pull the loop tight on it.
Okay,
And
it
aim
pulls in
to
tightly.
give it a bit more tension and just draw the tension in and see if I can turn the wheel.
Okay, you pull it a little bit and the door goes up a probably about an inch, about so much.
Yep.
And then you've got the winch facing you now.
And okay, yep. Okay. Is there extra handles on the winch at all?
There's only one handle.
Only one handle. Okay, so it's not like I could, not the spoke wheels type stuff that we can get like a rope and go round. Okay. So I'm probably not going to get back forward with the wick.
Though when you release the tension on it, the door starts to lower.
Okay, well, I'll keep enough tension on it to keep the door up a bit, up that little bit. In fact, actually, was it much effort to pull the door with the winch?
Not much at all when the winch started moving.
Okay then.
Can I see if while he's holding it, if I then like lift it up from the bottom, whether?
Well, I was about to say, if Nexa and Corda, so I'll let the gate back lower again, gently, and then Nexa and Corda can get under it, get better bar ready to lift, while Sparky can pull on the rope to give it that little bit of starting momentum.
Yeah.
And then we'll try and coordinate and lift the whole thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
So with your coordination, it actually lifts.
Woohoo! Got a lot of teamwork.
Hey,
Good job, guys.
Off the work we go. Sorry, the dwarf thing there. Sorry.
So what colour hat are you?
I'm playing Dopey.
Not dreamy? That's Smurf, isn't it?
Dreamy was Pig Nickel. I'm playing Dopey.
So yes, you've gotten the door open and you can now reach the skeleton and the sealed door. You can't actually see any of the seals on this side because this side didn't have any of the wards visible on it.
No, okay. Well, let's face it, we're pretty confident we want to go out that way this time anyway, so the seals might try to be holding us in now and we're going to try and avoid that happening.
The skeleton, can I do a search of the
So,
skeleton?
yeah, so...
Okay, so you have a good examination of the skeleton. Give me a roll.
I got a 17 total in perception.
And having a good look at it, it seems to have a decent quality half plate, but it's got the broken condition.
So half plate, you said?
Yeah,
Okay.
half plate with a broken condition.
Yep.
It looks like it's been blackened in some sort of fire.
We've been holding fires in hell.
Yeah, being a dwarf, I'm only looking for gold and coins. Just put it out there. So, I'm after Bella likes me very much while I do that. So.
Okay, so you don't worry about it?
I go, Mr. Corda, this might be for you, and that's all I talk about.
Corda will take a look at it and decide that, oh, well, yeah, it could be made decent armour, but I'm not certain necessarily it's worth carrying around right now. We might come back for it if we can get these when we're coming through, or just let the Pathfinder Society know that, hey, it's amongst the items down here when they come through and have a look. So,
Okay.
actually. Hey, Sparky, noting that there's no ward apparently on this side.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other evidence of any locking or traps or anything like that on this side of the door.
I rolled a 15, so I'm not sure what Matt will say.
Okay, you have a good look at the door. There are no locks on this side of the door, or handles.
Yeah, no locks, no handles. We seem to just push it. That works. I say that out loud. Without I push
Are
it.
the hinges on this side of the door?
No.
No.
So
Isn't this type of door the other ones that are always like opening with the necklace?
That is correct.
So why are you guys struggling? You should just not like ask Luna to open it.
Corda was going to look at the door first. He was going to give it a push. He thing would open outwards.
It doesn't seem to open outwards or inwards.
And so if it doesn't open, then yep. You're apparently getting better at these doors, Luna.
Yeah, I would try to open it with one hand. I would try.
Which hand?
The other one.
Okay, you touch the door with the hand, nothing seems to happen.
Oh wait, what I was doing before was like touching the necklace, the throat thing that I was carrying that's invisible.
Mm-hmm.
You were manipulating the amulet, so it went to the Wrath Rune, and then you're trying to open the door. So presumably it's still on Wrath Rune because there's not many other ones to go on for a test on this.
Yeah, but I could try to activate the necklace with only one hand, right?
Last time when you activated the necklace, you stuck it into a portal to hell.
Oh, the necklace went there, or is the necklace on my hand that's closed?
You have no idea. You haven't tried to do anything with it.
Can I try to feel it if it's still on my neck or something? Do I do anything?
You can't feel anything on your neck.
Oh, maybe it's on my hand.
It could be stuck in the hand because it's closed fist.
Okay, I don't want like move myself trying to take the thing out. So I said like, I guess when I shut the portal to hell, I might have lost the thing that I was using to open the doors.
So you're saying that you shut the portal to hell, but you trapped us down here?
Maybe it's on my hand, but my hand is heavily burned. I can't actually open it.
You saying you think the necklace might be in your hand?
Yes.
Let's have a look.
Okay, Pinwinkel pulls out one of his silver daggers. Pinwinkel, Sparky, sorry.
I don't want you guys to cut my hand, come on.
Oh, sorry, I was just going to pry the fingers one by one open so we can see what's in there.
You wanna cut my hand, my finger off?
Well, considering the fact that your hand is currently significantly dead, I'm not certain a few cuts is going to do much more worse.
Trust me, I'm a surgeon.
But it's my hand.
I understand, but he's not going to get better as it is.
Okay, it's actually Sparky's surgeon.
I just told you he was.
Can Luna just start using the hand without us cutting it off first?
That's completely up to Luna.
Okay, I will try to hand my hand.
So as you lift your fist up towards the door, you can actually see the necklace again. It looks as if your hand is fused through it.
Damn.
You believe all your bones are currently going through it as it's gone through your whole hand.
So it hurts.
Oh no, it doesn't hurt at all.
So you can't lose it now.
Yeah.
And and you have nicely healed the hand.
It's on my burned hand.
And you
Okay.
healed the hand skin around the thing, so it's now basically permanently a fist.
So no one can steal it. So lucky.
But most importantly, you can still work to open the door.
I couldn't get rid of it before, so.
Yeah, well, can you open the door?
Give me an occult roll.
Yeah. Hang on.
Okay.
Can you fist the door? Sorry, Hank.
I thought that it was more complicated than just like touching the door with the necklace, but okay. Let
Well,
me.
no, I think you'll find that originally, the first time it was, because you had to manipulate the amulet would open different rooms. But it's totally set to that, so it's totally good for this.
So the comment I just had in my head then was, you can't touch it anymore, but you can fist it. I thought that's not really what I wanted to say out loud, but I've said it. It's all good now.
You actually did say it before you beforehand, so you've said it twice now.
I know. I'm
didn't
not
just
going
say
to keep
you
going
had-
with this. Till he puts his fist to the door.
You're
I'm gonna
very
keep going.
heavy-handed with the fisting mark.
Look, I'm like, it's a dwarf thing, unfortunately, Nixon. So,
Okay.
So, what was
I
Victor's
just try
occult
to-
roll?
I cannot use Assurance. It never worked before, but come on.
I believe you can use assurance, but it does mean that you don't roll.
And the point is this. The reason assurance didn't work before is because assurance gives you a base number that's not high enough to open the door. Or at least it wasn't on those previous occasions.
And this
It
door
might
was
be
harder than the
from
others.
From this angle, from this side.
So I need to roll a better than a 10, and with all the proficiency things. Okay, let me try. I rolled at you. Damn.
You're older too.
I got a total of 10.
10. Okay. You feel your skin burn up to your elbow.
Wait, what? From my hand to the elbow?
As some sort of backlash from the ward.
Okay, did that cause me any damage?
That's what I'm about to roll for you. You even picked a red dice for it too. So you take 2 points of
fisting damage. Sorry.
so you and Sparky take
Thanks, 20 points of really bad jack damage. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
I actually found it funny, but okay.
That's right. I knew you would Victor, so it's okay.
Okay, may I try again and not hurt myself this time?
you can.
Can I offer to assist?
Sure. How? Give me a occult roll where you have to get a 20.
A couple and I have to get a 20.
Yeah.
Oh, total of 20.
If you get a 10 or less, you actually make it more difficult for Victor.
Because I've got the Pathfinder skill, that means I can roll something else.
You can do it untrained.
You can do it. You can add your level to it untrained.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. Okay. Come
Your
on.
level
Sparky.
and your ability bonus.
Yep.
Which is wisdom, isn't it?
Okay, intelligence, I think.
Intelligence?
Well, I'm just looking at mine. Apparently I've got +5 for it, and I've got +2 to intelligence and
Yeah,
+0 to
okay.
wisdom. So
Makes sense. Okay, that's cool. That means it's a +4 for me.
And I get a 16, so I got 20 total.
Okay. So yes, Victor now gets a +1 to his roll.
There you go. There you go.
Yay! Okay,
Yeah,
that's
Luna.
enough road.
I'm trying to hold Luna's hand while we're doing it. Okay, so or arm. So
Okay. I will try to roll not at you this time. Okay, I actually got a good roll this time. 16, 22 plus 1, 23.
Okay. You see the door in front of you just fracture and then explode towards you.
Damn, again with explosions, come on.
Well, the thing is, it's actually done that every time, except you've been on the other side of the door.
yeah,
What?
it exploded away from you all the other times.
So you and Sparky both take 10 points of piercing damage as bits of rock fly at you.
Okay, that's very cool. So
We'll just start to cry again.
So this is the whole kind of like 2 girls, 1 fist, 1 door.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I'll stop now. I'm stopping. I'm going too fast tonight. I realise it. Okay.
Like I said, it's the Girls Gone Wild episode.
Yes, I know.
Dwarves Gone Wild.
So does Sparky feel sad that she doesn't have a fist at the moment?
Well,
I could like blow my closed hand off this time.
hey, look, hey. I gave the high five the wrong hand, and I go, oops, sorry, and go the other hand. So I said, okay.
No fist bump?
Cool. I had that for later on, Martin. Just hold up, I've got to hang on to some of these things for tonight. Anyway, I go to call and I say, I think we should open these doors from the other way next time, okay?
I'm pretty certain that the rest of the doors should be open.
They are. And you can see
they're already gone.
and you can see the rubble basically in the same pattern from all the other doors. They all exploded in your current direction.
Yeah. Which means we've now got effectively 2 options ahead of us, I think. There was the 2 entrances that led into the moist room full of seepage,
Yep.
and
The wet
there was
cabins.
another room that led to a submerged pool or something.
The submerged opaque white liquid.
Yes.
That was
there was a staircase leading down into it, wasn't it?
yes, that was moving and undulating on its own in
Yes.
no patterns.
Yes. But it actually it had the theoretical advantage that it was actually a worked area, whereas the other one had gone into natural cavern, hadn't it?
That is true.
So, so my recommendation would be to go back to the staircase that leads into the milky liquid.
We don't want to rock, paper, daggers at all. Just sort of
I'm simply putting a suggestion in there. Maybe go the other way.
Hey, no, look, you've never let me wrong so far, Calder, so I am going to go with your experience in these things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised it wasn't rock parchment dagger.
Yes, I was thinking about the paper bit, I was going to be honest, Martin. I was quick on the table. I'm still getting over my other comments from
Well, I was just waiting for Sparky to offer to play with Luna. And for some reason, Sparky was picking parchment.
I didn't get the joke, but okay.
And your hands are closed fist at the moment, and I go.
So you're constantly going lock.
And I go paper always beats rock. So, or parchment always beats paper. Oh, rock, sorry, yeah.
Oh, okay, I got it now. I'm done.
That's right, I got as soon as you said it, I knew exactly where you're going with it, and I'm going, oh, okay. I'm trying to keep weight. No more comments about certain close hands.
I remember, it's not Pinwinkle.
Yes. Now, Pinwinkle a little bit further with that one, so it's okay. But, anyway, okay, cool, let's go.
So we return to the staircase with the milky liquid. Can you describe what we're seeing there again?
I shall. You see 2 flights of stairs descend into a wide pool of milky liquid in this room. Pillars carved to look like coiling tentacles to support the vaulted roof, rising from the pool to the north and to the south. So it looks like you've got a room with 2 stairs going into it like a pool with tentacles coming out of it to the roof, and it undulates in various directions, seemingly at random. It does not seem to be a liquid, more of a more solid than a liquid.
Right. And the staircase on the other side
Goes up to a passageway. It goes up to a passageway, and you can see the passageway turns to the south.
So apparently it does continue on. Okay.
So how wide is the pool between staircases?
It is 30 feet.
30 feet.
Can you jump 30 feet?
Might have got to get close. Because we're heroes, remember?
You are heroes.
I could throw the dwarf over.
Dwarf tossing would be interesting.
While I would usually be against it, I have trust in Nexus for some reason. I don't know why, but I do. But I'm just looking at what I've got. I've got a grappling hook in mine. I've got a climbing kit.
Yeah. So it might be a case of climbing around might be working.
So I've got a climbing kit includes rope, pulleys, pigeons, hammer, grappling hook, and crampons.
Yep, that's right.
So while you're thinking about it, kind of Sparky's getting a grappling hook out, tying some rope around it. I'm just waiting for you to give me the okay. I'm just practicing swinging it around and
So there's columns and stuff coming up out of the pool, you said?
Yes, there is.
Could we potentially
jump from column to column?
Sorry?
Jump from column to column?
Well, no, I was more talking about the idea of potentially throw a grappling hook into one of the central columns to then aim to try and swing across.
I will
Do
give
the
you
columns have a base?
I will give you a bonus on a long jump roll if you wish to. The columns do have a base that go into the milky liquid, so the tentacles do rise up out of the liquid.
What? Tentacles?
Yeah,
they're stone, like I say, the columns are just carved to look like tentacles.
Oh, okay.
Or at least that's what we think they are.
Very big.
They might be real tentacles that have been turned to stone.
Hey, not all tentacles are bad. I'm just putting it out there. Okay.
You're just sucker for a good tentacle, aren't you?
Hey, I've watched True Wars, that's all I need to say.
Good luck.
Yeah. Any knows the reference? And that was from the other game the other night when certain other people were discussing about tentacles in the comments. But anyway, so it's 30 feet, a long jump. I'm a dwarf. I might be struggling with this one.
Well, no, that's a DC 30 jump.
Mm-hmm.
Athletics. And that's assuming you've got a speed of at least 30.
Yeah, nah, not yet.
So I will give bonuses for the grappling hook and the rope, though I won't tell you exactly how much until you actually do it.
The DC is still 30, but it's a case of yes.
So does Corda wish to attempt it first?
Well, first of all, we shall attempt to, if we get the rope around with the grappling hook, and you could get a tug to confirm that, yep, it looks like it'll be fairly solid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now, what do I roll for that one, Mark? Because I've got acrobatics, athletics, or...
That is basically a ranged attack to get the grappling hook to grab.
Okay, I can do that because I'm very good at that. Here we go. Okay, which dice? That one looks good. Okay.
That sounds so safe.
No, it's not a 1 or a 2, which is good. That's a 17 total.
17 total. Okay, it wraps around a tentacle. The correct tentacle.
Okay. Everyone's in tentacle. Can I loosen to get it back or not?
Well, you don't want it wrapped around it.
A tentacle, you said. I thought you said.
Yeah, yeah, as in a column.
Oh, column. Sorry.
It's what you're aiming for. It's a good roll.
Okay. I thought you were talking about tentacle coming. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I gotcha. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Success.
Yes, it was both. It was a tentacle coming out of the water and also a column.
Woohoo! Hey, did you see that? I've got the tentacle. Okay, there you go. Cool.
Okay. Cordar's then going to back up, so I give himself a bit of a run.
Yep, you need the 10-foot run.
Yep. And as I say, grab it, holding on the rope. The intent will be to leap, and at the same time, we'll basically try to grab the rope a bit higher as well to take up some of the slack from the rope. So therefore, he's not actually going to be dragging him through the water, the milky, if you can avoid it.
Yep.
And
I'm assuming you're basically running. You're aiming to angle away from the pillar you're attached to, so it's across the other side of the room.
Yes,
so
I'm not trying to jump into the pillar. I'm trying to jump past the pillar over to the other side. So,
yeah.
Let's
So,
see
so
how we
basically, pillar at top of room. You've connected to it. You're trying to jump to the south and swing across to
Yeah.
the west.
go. Yep.
Have mathematics down.
Sorry, that's right. Yep. So that's 14 plus 9 is 25.
Okay, you managed to land on the other set of stairs without landing in the milky liquid.
Woohoo! Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I am worried about how we actually managed to get to the other side.
Corner just did it. Must be
Yeah.
sure. Now Corner getting across. Obviously, he's got the rope at his side at the moment. He's going to get out his rope and grappling hook,
Yep.
and now aim to just toss the grappling hook across to the other side, to aiming to feed the rope out to allow it to go out, so that then someone can catch it on the other side, or at least not let it fall in the water. So then we can get a rope actually up above the level of the water that people can then try and monkey across in that sort of manner.
Okay. So you give me a ranged attack roll.
Natural 20.
Okay. You drop it right into Sparky's hand.
Whoa! Well done, Corner. Thumbs up for myself. Ooh. So, okay, unless somebody wants to go next, I'm happy to try.
Well, now you better actually put that or tie that off to something that, like one of the columns maybe that's out of the water.
Yep.
And then Corner at his end will basically.
You can tie it to the staircase.
Sorry?
You can attach it to the staircase.
Yep. And then, if there's another pillar at Cordar's end that he can wrap around, provided it's leverage, good, otherwise he'll just aim to hold it as well as he could. Brace himself. I would suggest that. Trying to think who's our life spend going to be.
I don't, because I'm a dwarf heavy, aren't they? How weight down? How heavy is a dwarf, man?
Well, I don't think the Pathfinder 2 doesn't really go into
Weight?
height and weight and stuff.
A medium-sized creature is as heavy as every other medium-sized creature.
That's right. Technically, you're all mediums, and therefore all without the same weight.
Wouldn't I be small? Wouldn't I be small?
No, a dwarf is stocky,
That's right, halflings are small.
Halflings and gnomes are small.
as are goblins.
Dwarves are medium.
Medium, okay.
So in which case then, as I say, Nexa is probably the heaviest,
Mm-hmm.
but also probably potentially, I don't know if I was going to say acrobatics is athletics, correct, right? But yeah, okay. I would suggest that someone see if you can come over.
Okay, I can go last. I'm happy with it if people want to go last, so I can dive into the limit at the end so you guys can save me. So
I would actually suggest that next I should be the one going last.
Yeah.
okay. Sparky puts her hat on backwards if she had a hat. Oh, she doesn't have it. She has a disguise hat actually. So she's a disguise hat backwards that she got from the old party member we not mentioned, start with P.
So does that mean that it now hangs down in front of the face?
Yeah, and
It's always hang down behind you.
the hat looks like an Indiana Jones kind of hat, kind of fedora.
Oh, okay, right.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so you got a halfling female with a fedora on. Okay, so I'm going to try to. Do I have to swing across, or is it actually just climb across? Yeah.
It's a climbing roll at this stage because you have had someone get all the way across.
Well, I would have thought of climbing or an acrobatics type check.
Well, I've got acrobatics is my best one, and climbing's athletics from memory.
Yeah.
So I've got a +9 to athletics. So I'm going to
So I'm going to make it a balance. It is a balance check to go across using the rope.
Okay.
Or if you wish to, you could also do it as a athletics-based check, climb check. You can either use balance or climb. Your choice.
I'm going to balance because I've got more belly than balance, I think. So And being a rogue, I should be able to be roguey typey. So, okay, here we go. Come on.
Are the dice trying to kill you today?
How many rerolls have we got, Mark? Just out of interest.
Well, if you use one, you'll have one less.
Smart.
Smart. That's a very nicely put, Mark.
Yeah.
So-
But what he has said is that one less means we'll have -1.
Yeah, I'm going to use one because I think it's just a bit too low. So.
Well, I could also ask the question: have you prepared your backup character already?
Man, don't do that to me. Come on. Don't be mean like that.
Oh,
That's
I
mean.
should do.
Anyway,
I'm sure the Queen's not that deep.
Wow.
okay. 12 total.
Okay, so halfway across, you sway rather precariously, and then manage to make it across.
Because that was, I went from a 5 to a 3 on the dice, by the way, guys. So there you go. Whew. Okay. I've got sweat coming out under the fedora, and I go, okay, I'm here. I'm behind the corridor, just having a breath go. Okay. Who's next?
So, you can probably, while you're having a breath, at least take up the other end of the end of the rope and provide a bit more
Yep. I'll do that.
weight behind it anyway.
Yep.
Who is next?
Oh,
Maybe it can be Luna or
Okay.
Bella. I don't know.
Luna is volunteered.
Certainly one of those two. But,
Yeah.
So, Luna might have potentially more challenges with only one hand, but
One hand will not make it any more difficult for DCs.
okay, that's right then. I mean, obviously, yeah, because even if you're trying to monkey underneath it, you can still you put your whole elbow over. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I can
is-
try. I
is-
have no athletics, but I can do like a rope run, right?
You can either do the athletics for balance, or you can do the acrobatics. Sorry, the-
acrobatics for balance, or athletics for
yeah,
climb.
for climb, yeah.
Yeah, I will try acrobatics then.
Okay.
If I use assurance, I don't use my level, right?
You got assurance on acrobatics as well?
Yep, I got assurance on acrobatics as well.
Okay, so
Yeah. So again, you'd use your.
I don't add my level, right? I just add my not the
Yeah.
level and not the stat.
You don't add your stat.
you add 10 plus your proficiency bonus, which is your level.
So, but yeah, level plus trained or whatever type stuff. So
Yes. Are you trained?
Okay.
Are you trained in acrobatics?
He'd have to be trained.
Yep,
because
I am
you're-
training,
So
and
that
so I got
means-
2 plus 3. That's 5, right?
That would be 5. Yeah. So you add 5 to
Yeah.
10, and that's all you'd get. You get
Yeah,
15.
so your automatic result is 10. Is 15, sorry.
Then I would try to get the 15. I guess it's better.
Okay.
I would think that's a reasonable. You saw that Sparky was not that nimble.
Sparky had a big dinner. That's the problem.
Okay. So
Caught out
you,
notice trying to hold him.
you managed to make it across a lot better than Sparky did.
Now I go for the fist pump, and then I realise I shouldn't, and then I stop it.
And now Balath.
Yeah. Does someone need to roll for him?
Hang on, here we go.
Well, I mean, is he? I'm assuming he's probably got. I wouldn't know for sure whether he'd have acrobatic or athletics. So,
Well, I got a 13 on the dice, so I'll leave it up to Martin how much he wants to do. So.
Well, either way he goes, he still gets at least plus 3 to it.
Yep.
And I believe
So
he
that's-
might have a bonus of 1 or 2 on dexterity, so he could quite easily have made a 15.
Yep.
I would expect he's got decent dexterity.
Okay, so Balath makes it across as you see the Hellhound just do a running jump, and a trail of flame follows it across.
And the crows flap leisurely across.
Now, what I'm worried about when Martin said flame and rope, how close is the flame to the rope?
On top of it at the moment.
And you had to ask.
I did ask, sorry.
You had to ask.
I had to ask that question.
No,
It
you
was
didn't.
fine. No, I had to ask. Sorry, it's Martin. He would have done it anyway. So.
Well, okay. Obviously, the next guy's next. Is the vote burning?
It's got a little bit of flame on it. It's not really caught alight, but it's.
Get away from it, you idiot dog!
It didn't even touch it. It just flew over the top and dropped some flame on it.
Alright, well, I rolled a 23 total.
On your climb.
That was with athletics.
Okay, so yes, as you climb across, you have to put your hand through some burning rope, taking a whole 1 point of flame damage.
But you're putting out the rope, you're putting out the flame, so it stops it burning through. So
Yeah.
it's good use.
Yeah.
And you make it to the other side. So now you have 2 ropes tied off in this room.
Yep, that's right. I was going to say, Corda, after the first couple, and therefore Corda passed Sparky the end of his rope, which had the grappling hook to put around the column. So if he wants to nimbly try and disengage it now and pull it back to himself, great. But Corda planning on effectively tying off his end of the rope on this side, and he can just leave as a bridge across at the present time. So.
I will try to get mine back if I can, Martin.
And if you can't, you probably wouldn't hurt if it gets left behind either. But
Give me a dexterity check.
Range check or just dexterity check?
A flat dexterity check. Flat check.
Okay, +4. I'll just double check. Yep. That's a 12 total.
That's a 12 total. Okay. It's still locked on nicely.
I'll come back and try it later. Is my bit the one on fire or not?
No. And Nexa put out the fire on her way through.
Well, as long as I can come back when we come back this way to try it out. Sounds good.
So basically, yeah, we'll tie off both ropes so they're not falling back into the milky liquid.
Yep.
And then Corda will take a look down the passageway that would be on, if no one else has yet.
And David, I made sure you got across the pool of whiteness, okay?
Thank you.
You didn't need to take the bath in ass milk.
Yeah.
And you still got your puppy. Okay, so walking down the passageway led by...
Corda would be going first if no one else has already gone down there.
I'll be standing behind Corda for any trap checks.
Okay. So, are you checking after Corda goes through or before?
I've learned my trap thing from checking beforehand. I'm going to go after now. Even though I've got some sort of dark vision now, I'm still a bit cautious. So.
Okay, a short flight of stairs lead down to a 30-foot square chamber with a cistern filled with dark water taking up most of the floor. Trails of this dark water run east, west, and south through hallways alongside a 5-foot walkway. Soggy timbers have been draped over gaps to provide unstable-looking bridges over the trails. An ornamental torch made of onyx burns in a sconce next to the hallway heading east, from which the distant sound of someone singing with a raspy throat waves down the hall.
Corda will move closer to the hallway heading east to see if you can hear more of this singing and how many voices and what they're singing. But not actually going out of the cave yet, he's just basically doing up that kind of a...
Yeah, I'll go and listen to the singing and see if I recognise the singer going on. So.
Yep.
And would you like to know what languages I know?
Sure.
Okay. What's that down? I'm going to go get somewhere. Come on, Mark, where's it? Languages. Yeah, it's a funny thing.
I've got Common Dwarven and XXX because I haven't picked the third one yet, so I assume I didn't pick the third one at the moment. So just Common and Dwarven. So. And I assume it might be the local dialect.
And Cordar speaks Common, Goblin, Jotun, and Varisia.
It is none of those.
I didn't expect that.
Is it Orcish?
It is not Orcish either.
Alright, I'm not.
I think David had.
And it's not Infernal either.
Okay, cool. Just cover it
Or
up.
Abyssal.
Try Ignan.
What was that, David?
You're saying try Ignan.
It's not Indian either.
Can we get an idea of how many voices?
I rolled a 22 on perception, none if that helps.
Do you think at least one?
Well, I think at least one's probably a fair guess.
Hard to tell because you can't tell what they're saying, or if it's because it's singing, if more than one voice is involved.
It might be perfect chorus. So, how wide were these water troughs?
The troughs themselves are 5 feet wide.
Oh, okay, yep. So we don't have to trust
Actually, that they are quite. They take up in the picture. They take up 3/4 of the passageway.
Okay, so they're less than 10 feet.
Yes. The corridors themselves on each side. You can walk around the cistern.
Yep.
The passageway to the east. The walkways on your side of the big hole, so you don't have to use any of the walkways. To go through the southern entrance, you have to cross one bridge.
Or jump the waterway.
The waterway heading west requires you to cross the waterway.
Yep. And there's no light coming down from any passageway?
Looking, you can see a light from the east passageway and the south passageway, but nothing. No. There's also a light coming from the from each of the passageways.
Okay, so there's light coming from each way, but only one of them's got a voice coming from that way.
One has a voice.
And now you mentioned that they had planks across the walkways.
Yep.
But they don't look especially solid.
They do not look especially solid.
Cordar will just test one of them by giving it a push with his the handle of his fighter's fork.
Okay, you sort of push right into the wood.
Right. I don't recommend stepping on the wood. So, which I suggest means that whilst jumping across the trough shouldn't be that difficult, maybe it's easier to go down the passage to the east first of all that we don't need to cross anything for. People happy with that plan?
Yep. That sounds good, Cordar.
And then you hear this cracking sound as the wood that Cordar poked actually falls into the trap.
Yep. As I said, don't step on the wood.
Wood bad. Stone good.
And okay, so can we see how far down the passageway to the south to the east goes?
It's about a 50-foot long passageway, sewer.
Yep.
It looks very much like a sewer.
Right. Okay.
Doesn't smell like a sewer, but it looks like a sewer.
Okay. So
What does it smell like?
Smells like musty dampness.
I mean, it's probably the sort of thing that, yes, it was a sewer, but it's been here so long that without being used that it's just it's like the ball sack. Perfectly okay to touch at the moment because it's been so long.
Okay,
He thinks so.
survival, is it a wisdom check or not? Some interest, guys?
Survival.
Yeah, because I got all my skills recorded, but survival and I'm trained in it. I'm trying to work out whether I can do a survival check.
Survival is wisdom.
Survival is based on wisdom, I believe. Yeah, efficiency plus 2, yeah, so based on wisdom, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to roll survival because I've got a skill called Terrain Expertise for Underground.
Yep.
Which gives me a +1 on top of my survival, so I've got a +9 to it. I want to work out if I can determine from the surroundings mountain that.
What are you trying to do? Sense direction, cover
I'm
tracks, or
trying to set not a trap, but more for actually. Is this normal for this kind of sewer to be like this kind of thing or not?
no? It's not normal.
No.
You can tell by just looking at it. It doesn't smell like a sewer.
No.
But it's also the sort of thing that you haven't seen many 10,000-year-old sewers.
10,000-year-old sewers that are no longer in use for 10,000 years.
Exactly. Yeah. 10,000-year-old unused sewers.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, because my trailblazer thing that I've got for one of my feats is interesting like that. But anyway, that's cool. I was trying to determine it, but okay, he's gone away. I can't ask him.
I'm back.
So we'll head down the eastern passageway and.
What did you get for your roll, Mark?
Sorry. I didn't roll actually. I got 26 total.
26 total. Yeah, you definitely know that this is unused.
Okay. Okay, no problems. So okay, I won't sing and go ho ho, but I'll stick behind Porter and we'll
as you walk, the ground squelches.
Ooh.
Okay, so we're not on stone?
It is stone, but it does make a squelching sound as you walk.
Oh, okay, so it's actually the sewer got overrun at some point. Is that what you mean? Like in the sense that it is wet?
It is wet.
But it's actually, it's only a very narrow, like very shallow, the top inch or so type stuff, as opposed to being actually walking in the sewer. Is that what you mean?
It is, because it's basically a sort of thick mucus sort of covering.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So my previous character would go, he's been around and touch it, but Sparky's not that stupid. So I'm going to go continue walking on it, and just knows it's squelching. So.
Cordar's, let's say, noting the fact that we're heading towards the singing, Cordar's encouraging quiet as we're moving forward. He's aiming to do quietly, but...
That would be a stealth roll for the party.
I'm going to do a stealth roll for myself. I don't have the skill that means I can roll for everyone else, because I didn't get at this level. So.
I'd also like to know how Cordar's like indicating to the party that we should be quiet, like walking around with like his finger in front of his mouth, like primary school.
No, just before we start heading down there, okay. Well, admittedly, his immediate thought is, hey, if you're walking through an unknown area, you should be quiet.
Now, I got a 31 with a critical, a natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a 31 upgrade, okay?
Well, Cordar only got 10 with his +7. So as I said, aiming to not make noise, but as I say, that's fairly standard position is, hey, you don't make noise, you don't need to.
Yeah, I'm going to stick on the shadows on the side, Mark, so I'm not going to strike you straight right in the middle. So. But
I believe you're walking off the side anyway, because 3/4 of the passage is taken up by the sewer.
Okay, cool. Well, if you're on one side, I'll go to the other side. How's it sound?
I think you're going one side.
So you're walking through the sewer while they're using the walkway?
Sorry, they're getting one side. So it's not a case of actually trying to go in a spot where they won't expect you to be. It's just a case of being a bit quiet about the whole process. But obviously, Cordo hasn't done very well that initially at the front, so it's not going to make much difference.
I'm just going to try to stick to the shadows, Mark.
You're less likely to be seen because Cordo make it obvious.
And it has the bright light.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool. Does Dave want me to roll for it? I've got an 8, David. So I'm not sure what your stealth check is.
Excellent rolling there, Mark. Thank you.
Okay, so I believe that he beats Cordar.
Okay.
Okay.
Barely.
You all need to Luna to roll too, or
Luna,
you guys
Luna
are-
needs to roll, and Nexa needs to roll.
Next, I got a 23 total.
You won't like it, but Luna got a total of 12.
Okay, Luna also beat
Quarter.
Quarter. As Quarter's telling everyone to be quiet.
He scraped his arm on the side of the wall.
Yeah. So we'll almost do that scrape, end, clang. As you look into the room, you see a stone bridge supported by stone pillars curves over a cylindrical reservoir. A few feet below the bridge, dark water fills the room. The walls within a few feet of the water's surface have been painted into a remarkable mural that depicts the skyline of Magnamar, complete with numerous ships seeming to float on the waters of the room.
Can we see who or what was singing? Or
No.
did the singing stop shortly after Cordar scraped on the wall?
It stopped when you scraped the wall.
Alright. Can we see any evidence of anyone hiding or anything like that?
There is no evidence that anyone has actually left the room.
So, I think Cordar's looking around to see if he can find anyone hiding.
There's no. You can see your footprints easily in the muck around you, and there's no footprints leaving this room.
Okay. But okay, so you're saying the pathway continues as a bridge around the room, is that what you said?
Across the reservoir itself, so it is a 15-foot wide room. So it goes up, across, and then down.
Okay.
So you find that you will have crossed the lake itself. Let's see if I can do a... let's see, we have room number 1 and room number 5.
Oh, okay, right. So basically, yeah, okay, so the passage continues off to the south, but this whole area's got a bridge or something going through. Okay.
It does.
And
Made out of stone.
you said there was a painting on the wall or something?
A mural on all the walls.
Can we recognise the picture?
You can recognise it as Magnamar.
As in, we recognise it as Magnamar, as in its current Magnamar?
Magnamar didn't exist when the bridge was there.
Yeah, well, that's right. So, okay. So obviously it's new.
Okay.
Um,
Now I'm going to use my dark vision to just look around the liquid mark because I'm still a little bit stealthy and see if I can notice any sort of movement into the water at all.
Okay, considering there was a light source in the room reflecting off the water,
Yeah, that probably won't help me. Okay, gotcha. No problems.
would you like to put a light out and then see?
No, I'm happy being stealth with a critical 20 at the moment, so I'm going to keep in with that. So I'll wait till Quarter goes first, Mr. Loud Noise, so he can attract all the attention he needs.
Okay, so as you're looking at the mural, you hear a voice come from underneath the bridge itself.
oh, goody.
Who's
We got a
actually
12.
clacking on my bridge?
If it is a trial, I'll laugh myself stupid right now. So
But it's obviously a troll with a good sense of style, because he's a good artist. But okay, can we... So what's the voice saying?
The voice
Aside from who's that click-clacking on our bridge?
voice says adventurers from above in a common tongue. So you actually all understand his words.
Greetings.
I'm staying silent the whole time, man. I'm trying to keep my stealth, okay? So,
It says greetings. It asks, do you like its mural? It refers to itself as it.
It's very impressive artwork. Most detailed. I'm impressed to see.
If you can find something for him, he will give you some information that may help adventurers such as yourself.
always interested in such information. And under most circumstances, I'm more than happy to help. What is it you're looking for?
A brooch.
A brooch.
A what?
Brooch. Something that you can clasp to clothing.
Piece of jewelry.
Oh, brooch.
Fancy
Okay.
badge.
Brooch, okay?
Like a particular one, or we just want
That's right.
A particular brooch.
And could you describe this brooch?
He can tell you where it is.
That's even better, for a good, given it better, yes?
Currently resides in a shipwreck on the bay floor.
Right. And now, this is still just a voice coming from under the bridge, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. You know, it's a bit disconcerting talking to someone who we can't see. So would you mind, we can come out and say, we're not here to hurt you, if you're not here to hurt us.
I prefer to remain hidden like your other people in your group remain silent.
Shards.
I sound like Sam.
Doesn't talk much, but that's there.
That sounds like my natural 20 didn't work, so.
Well, hey Mark, there's at least more than 2 people who have walked out, and 2 people have
Only one
spoken.
talk so far.
Yeah.
So, well, what about your name? My name's Corda.
My name is Lockerbie.
Lockerbie.
And the ship is named the Lisa Jane. You should have seen it from when you were looking out onto the waters earlier. And yes, you did see a boat out in the on the bay floor.
Oh, because we came across a sort of a room that was almost had a viewpoint out on the water, didn't it?
That is correct. And you came across a set of stairs that led out to the bay.
Ah, yes, okay. That's right, yeah. There was potentially another entrance we could use to get in and out if we were going from underwater.
That is correct.
How just a matter of interest from my memory, as a memory kind of dwarf kind of person, how deep was the water to get to that kind of wreck?
Well, you were never there.
Yeah, your character was never there.
Okay, I don't know about the wreck.
We didn't go by it. We didn't go past it on the way out here, so I can't think.
Very cool.
But so Cornell will say, yes, we did come across an area where we could look out onto the water from underneath. However, we certainly didn't travel out to the boat, as none of us, unlike possibly some, who apparently live underwater under a bridge, can readily travel underwater. If you know where the boat is there a reason why you're unable to get it yourself?
You can't approach it.
You can't approach?
You can't approach.
What prevents you from approaching?
Approach the brooch.
Yep.
What prevents you from approaching?
A curse.
Sorry, you can't have that.
Oh.
Hey David, can you mute?
Yeah,
I
hang on,
think
sorry, hang on. God damn it.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, man.
a curse has prevented him from being able to reach it.
While he's talking, I'm going to make sure I'm out of this. I want to see if I can look under the bridge and see this person.
Okay, so you want to hang over the bridge and look underneath?
Not directly where this person's talking from, but from the entrance or the kind of entrance. So I don't want to go, and I'll try to wave to him if he knows today. So.
Okay, give me a perception roll.
Is it ones like that? Okay, yep.
That's a whole 14 because I rolled a 5 but last night.
Okay, you have a look and you see some sort of shadowy form in the darkness, but you don't actually see or recognize what it is.
I still wave then. Okay. Yeah.
Can we try to like give a good look and try to roll occultist for that?
So you also want to try to you want to hang over the bridge and look down?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do I roll? Perception?
Give me a perception roll.
Okay. 22, 23.
Okay, so as you hang over the bridge to look underneath it, you sort of see something splash under the water. And you sort of see where it was, but it's not visible at this stage.
And I'm assuming that the conversation that I've been having suddenly cuts off.
It does, but you do see our Luna hanging over the edge of the cistern.
Now, my previous character would have pushed somebody over that one out, but that's not my previous character anymore. So
Luna, you appeared to have scared off our guest.
Die?
Well, he appears to have gone, has he not?
You still there, Lockerbie?
You hear nothing.
Well, let's try to get his brooch, I guess.
Okay.
It might be nice to know more about him and about what his claims to the brooch is if he's not allowed to get to it.
It's okay, we'll be back, Loggerby. I just say it as we keep walking. Now, before we get into the room, Martin, I'm going to do a quick squeeze back, see if I notice Loggerby looking at us, okay?
Yep.
Like Toy Story.
Oh, yes, good point, yes. And I've got a worse perception check, so don't worry about that.
Okay, so you look back, you see a pair of glowing eyes staring back at you.
I still wave again.
But again, that may have just been your reflection. Hard to tell.
Yeah, I'm having one of these moments. So one of my sparky moments.
Okay, so you head back to the observation platform, Jeremy.
Well, I mean, okay, I'm thinking that at this stage, without having further knowledge about who he was, why he wanted the brooch,
Yeah, it's hard to know whether it's worth it.
and also the fact that we can't actually breathe underwater and therefore get to the boat and do any searching or anything like that, I'm thinking that at this stage, we've got to keep going forward.
Didn't we have some...
I will call out that, sorry, Lockerbie, my companions did not mean to startle you. However, at this stage, we have no way to access the boat to look for your brooch. However, we shall endeavour to return and when you're willing to talk, to gain more information about where to look for the brooch if we can gain the capability to access it.
Didn't we have some underwater breathing potions before?
I believe you may have had one or two.
Yeah, they're gone by now.
I was going to say, the idea being that if they're not written on someone's character sheet, then they no longer exist.
And I'm just going to check in what...
And I suspect that if they are written on a character sheet, it would probably most likely be Winkles.
And Pinnacle, boom, has 3 Tanglehook bags, 2 Thunderstones, 1 Alchemy Lesser Fire, 1 Cure Wounds potion, and 2 Enlarge potions.
So we could enlarge Luna and send her out as a floating device, and we can just climb down to the boat. But I'm not sure if that's going to work. But so no potions there. No potions at the moment.
So, but yes, as we keep heading south, the Corda will be calling out to Lockerbie to say, yes, hopefully I will get the chance to speak with you again to find out more about what you may know and how I may be able to help.
Mm-hmm.
And I would yell back as Sparky going, by the way, I'd like to see him, and then keep walking.
By the way, what?
Okay.
I like the scene. The scene was good.
Okay.
And the mural.
And the mural.
Okay, so you're back in the entryway for the sewers, the ancient sewers in the D1 area.
Like I said, I'd be aiming to continue on down through the past old Lockerbie Bridge if he didn't respond at all or make any attempt to stop us or dissuade us.
Mm-hmm.
His intent would be to keep going forward. Or my intent, sorry, like the Corda's intent is to keep going forward.
Okay. So you instead cross the bridge and start heading south.
Yeah.
You go up a set of stairs. Well, actually, I think it's down a set of stairs, and you find yourself in a 20-foot room with two picked clean skeletons wearing the rags of labourer's garb, lying sprawled on the floor of an otherwise empty room. And there is a passageway heading south on the other side of the room.
I'll do a once over the skeletons and bring anything that's not just skeleton, just bones.
Okay.
Except, and I rolled a 1, so I don't see anything.
Okay.
Can we tell how long dead they are?
So you rolled a natural 1?
I rolled a natural 1, checking the skeletons out, huh?
Okay, you pick up a skull. Tell me a story about the skull.
Well, this was Boris, and Boris was a hard-working labourer, but then one day he decided to use his pick on some rock and actually picked his hand to the rock.
And why is his skull exceedingly valuable?
His skull, because when he put the pick back, the pick actually went straight to his forehead and killed himself, and he's got a little hole in the middle of his skull. And why it's valuable?
And why is it exceedingly valuable and the most valuable item you've ever seen?
Why is it what you grabbed out of as a treasure item from the two skeletons?
There's this back in back in Jailhoff, there's a reward for the most unusual deaths. They call it the Dewey Awards, not Darwin Awards, just Dewey Awards. And I thought I might be a winner when I tell the story about this one. How's that sound, Mark? Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. I have a labourer's skull. Gotcha.
Oh, Darwinian Awards is Dewinian Awards winner skull.
Dewinian Award skull.
Winkian Awards.
Hey, settle down there, Mr. Quietness. There you go. So,
Oh no, I'm back. You guys have been very, very functional while I've been gone, and I'm here to fix it.
Don't worry, you still have your puppy.
your puppy always burned the road, but your puppy's still alive.
I'm pretty happy about that, I must admit. And can everybody still confirm that murder is illegal?
In real life or in the game?
Yeah, in the real world. That's still illegal, right?
Yeah, unfortunately. Why?
I was about to kill the forklift driver. He just would not shut up, and he just kept talking and just wouldn't work. So, been keeping that on there for a little while.
Okay, so yes, you've heard the story of the brooch. And
we heard part of the story of the brooch.
The intro.
And you're now looking at some skeletons, having had Sparky give you this long rendition of why this dirty skull is the most treasured thing she's found so far in these ruins.
Yep, I'm happy with that idea.
And what is anyone else doing with this room while Sparky is giving you the Darwinian story?
Well, okay. Cordar's happy that others are searching the room at the moment, so he's kept going forward to monitor the next passage or the exit to see if you can see anything and or hear anything coming down from that way.
Well, maybe Luna will do like try to use some detect magic and stuff, and try to see if she can come up with something.
Okay, so you cast Detect Magic.
Yep.
Is that a spell or a cantrip?
It is a cantrip.
Detect magic is a cantrip.
Okay.
So, to answer your question, ping.
There's something magical here. Or close by.
Also, for your character's interest, you do not know what magical items the rest of the party has.
Wasn't we on the lodge just a session before where we could like actually see what everyone else was like wearing and stuff?
You may have seen what they were wearing, but I don't believe everyone unpacked their bags in front of everyone else to show them what was in there and cast a Detect Magic to find out what was magical or not. So if all you have is one person with a runestone in their bag, unused, that you didn't know about, you'll always get a ping and never know where it's coming from. Unfortunately, that is the ruling on Pathfinder 2 Detect Magic.
Well, being a cantrip, it's not particularly powerful.
It gets more powerful over time.
Yeah.
I mean, Balance cruising around with the Star of Fire.
Mm-hmm. And
I've got 4 items, magical on me, so...
The point being, Detect Magic doesn't necessarily take out the ones that you know about, because...
no, if you're fully aware of it, you can ignore it.
Oh, you're fully aware of magic you know of, yeah.
You have to be fully aware of it. So if, say,
Yeah.
Balef was to cast light from his Wayfinder and put it in his pocket so you don't know about it, that would also set off your Detect Magic.
Well, okay, Cordar's still waiting at the thing saying, well, okay, go and find it, check it out.
So you have detected magic within 30 feet of you.
You magical skeletons as opposed to Pinwinkle's skull?
Pinwinkle's skull.
Sorry, not Pinwinkle.
Not Pinwinkle.
Sparky skull.
Well, you can be hopeful.
Sparky just went into the fridge to get something, so sorry. What I missed?
You missed the description of how
Where's the
useful
fridge
Detect
at?
Magic is.
My fridge is right behind the computer, so...
He was putting the skull away for safekeeping.
Yeah.
I was polishing the skull up, nice and shiny. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Luna just suggested there's something magical, and Cordar somewhat impatiently said, well, go on. Tell me what it is. Where is it?
I'm sorry to change the subject for a second, but I'm just imagining a fridge in the Pathfinder world. Just a big box with a gnome in the back casting some sort of ice spell every 20 minutes.
You cast Precipitation to reduce the temperature every 4 hours.
I wonder what
How-
the energy rating on that would be.
So what's Luna doing?
Well, I did a detect magic, but
Yeah, Cordar
cannot,
said,
like,
yeah, go and find the magic. What are you looking at?
I can't find it. Only if we like show what everything got, I may rule out what we have.
I show Luna the skull saying, this is magical. Trust me, it is magical.
But you're saying there was something magical here that wasn't amongst us before?
No, I said that I can't detect magic in this room.
You haven't actually used detect magic amongst the group before.
Yeah. So
Cordar's
can
going to make you to
everybody?
understand what can be can
Can
and can't
everybody?
do.
Yep. Can everybody try to like show me whatever you got that is surely magical?
So you're saying you're
So-
detecting? You're saying that you're detecting that someone's got magic in this room?
Yeah.
That's not very helpful right now, Luna.
Or an ongoing spell.
And I'll go, hey, Luna, come over here. When Luna gets really, really close, I'm going to fart, okay? So.
Oh my god.
They go, that's magical, and I walk away.
Can
Come
Even
on,
Nex is
man.
disappointed, and Nex is gonna walk out of the room forward.
Okay, so I guess people are hoping Pinwinkle makes a return.
Cordar's the
So far, this one's only released gas. Pinwinkle released worse things.
Are you sure?
can Cordar see or hear anything down whatever forward passage we have available to us?
Hearing you hear the tinkling of water, unlike the gas behind you.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah,
there's
so
no
let's
light or
do
anything ahead.
stealthy as well.
What?
And there is no light coming to the south.
Okay.
The only light you have is your light source.
Cordar will aim to carefully move forward down the passageway.
Okay. So as you come into a new chamber, you find a flight of stairs lead up over a stone crossing 10 feet above the dark waters below this large room. And you can hear water falling into the depths below you. You can see a tunnel heading east. You can see a tunnel heading west. You can see a tunnel heading south.
Okay, so basically it's a crossroads.
It's a crossroads over a filled reservoir where water is pouring into it.
What?
We're getting a bit of background from you again, David.
There's strange noises coming from that tunnel.
Apparently the last one.
Working with separate places at the moment.
Oh, right. Can we see down each of okay? So you're saying the staircase and the
Yeah, so the staircase rises up over it.
all look solid.
They all look solid stone. So let's see
Okay.
if I can do a. So you can see 4 pipes going into the actual.
Okay, right. So this is actually effectively where the sewers can go out into a reservoir.
Yeah.
Right. And is there stuff coming out of those pipes?
There is.
Does it look like it's sewage, or does it look like it's fresh water, or?
Looks like it smells of salt water.
Okay. Cordar will go up to the centre of the crossroads and have a look down each passageway to see if there's differences between them at all visible.
Okay, so heading east, it seems to go beyond your sight.
Okay.
Heading west, it also seems to go beyond your sight.
Mm-hmm.
And heading south, it seems to hit some sort of spiral staircase. Going down.
Going down. Okay. Well, we headed east the first time, so my instinct would be to keep heading east to try and find the eastern side of this complex. And then come back and work through around the middle of Tokyo if necessary. People
Okay.
happy with that sort of plan?
No.
So you start heading east.
Yep.
Yep.
You start counting steps.
If we're going for more than about 5-10 minutes before anything particularly changes, then we'll reassess. Like if we see no cross panels or anything like that, or
So 10 minutes would be about that's about 100 actions. You can move about 30 feet in action. So you could go about 3,000 feet in about 10 minutes.
okay. You're suggesting it's a very long passage, is that right?
I was trying to calculate if you could actually walk the extent of it in 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, right. Hey, Luna. Sorry, not Luna. Sparky.
Yo.
Which way's Magnemar from here?
I lick my finger, put it up in the air, adjust for wind speed, and I just look at him, knowing that it's the stupidest question I've ever heard. I have no idea, man.
You're a dwarf, you can tell direction underground, can't you?
I, arms crossed, look at Cordar and go, that's the most racist dwarf comment I've ever heard in my entire life. I said, and I've got a smart ass coming back. No wonder people left the party and just walk away from you.
Just so you know, Mark, an untrained person can use survival to know which way's north.
Do I? Okay.
You can use sense direction.
Okay, I'll do that.
And didn't you say you had some sort of skill or specialisation on survival?
Yeah, 22, Mark.
So after doing this really big spiel about how racist it is, you point east and go, it's that way.
Oh, yeah, the way we're going.
And by the way, it's that way. But I'm not. And I said, hang on. I'll say, I know it's east. I go, and I said, but being the dwarf I am, I know where to go. It's that way.
Not all
No. The appropriate response after that statement was, yes. Just because I'm a dwarf does not mean that I know that Magnemar is the way we're travelling.
And I'm just looking at you going, you owe me a beer when we get back to town. Okay?
So the idea being that it's east direction of Magnemar, so potentially this passage needs to go long enough to going under the water.
Well, it says it extends 2,400 feet before you notice anything different, which is why I was asking how long you were walking for.
Yeah, I was just trying to look up to find out, okay, what is the standard overland movement rates of like what's your movement an hour or whatever type of stuff. So
think that is under exploration, so let's see if you actually make it there as I look into exploration mode and movement.
Yeah, so basically,
I'll make that
no. It's basically the conversation that we're doing while I'm trying to convince Sparky the fact that she should know which way to go underground.
Look, I feel it's very feminist with that comments kind of thing. I said, not all female dwarves know where to go in the right direction. I said,
I didn't say female dwarf, I said dwarf.
Yes, but you're assuming a female dwarf knows better than a male dwarf in directions.
So
still doesn't matter the distance.
What's the slowest party member?
I'm going through this whole thing, okay? Just let me go with it.
What is the slowest party member?
So I'm just going to go with the whole range about how that's very read against dwarves and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we are going in the right direction, but so yeah.
Okay, and then I'll ask again a third time. What is the slowest party member?
I'm 20, so I didn't hear. So.
Okay, so at 20, you move 200 feet per minute, and as you're moving for 10 minutes, you moved 2,000 feet. So you didn't actually get to the end of the passageway before the 10 minutes were up.
Okay, but it also then means that we've got a vague idea of how far it is out to the Crow from the docks.
It is roughly the amount you're walking, with a little bit more.
Right. Okay. So having gone that far and realised that, hey, we're probably almost back to Magnemar at this point, we'll keep going forward a bit. Cordo, I'll let you have a look down and see if there's any evidence of anyone else having used this passageway.
Give me a survival roll. Are you trained in survival?
I will use Assurance, which gives me a 15. Maybe because that's better than my likely chance of actually succeeding at going along. Or in fact, it's almost exactly the same, I think, because I've got no ability modifier. Yeah, my survival's +5, and my assurance skill is 15.
Okay, so having a looks as if creatures probably came through here in probably the last month or so. Anything more than that, you can't tell with that.
No, that's right then. Hey Sparky, can you recognise these tracks?
I've been ignoring him for at least a minute, man.
Because dwarves recognise all tracks.
Oh, so I can recognise tracks too now, and I go and I'll have a look at it anyway, but I'm just going to do it.
Cordo didn't mention anything, he just said, can you do it?
Okay, that's a...
The fact that he was thinking of the fact that, oh yeah, he's a dwarf, lives underground, there's probably some underground creature under here, therefore I'll cast the dwarf. But he didn't say that.
He thought it loudly.
I've got 21 total now. So.
21 total. Looking at it, it looks like booted feet to you.
Yeah, they're probably some bloody smart-ass human. Yeah, human archer, or you're half-elf. Can't remember.
Yeah, half-elf, but elven, half-human.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like some sort of elven human kind of footprint there. So.
Yeah, who probably got a Darwinian award recently.
I still just put insults to humans in the whole situation. So.
How many?
2.
How many?
Matching the number of skeletons.
I said, probably about, I'm just going to bullshit out of my ass right now, man. So I'm going to say, probably about 10 stupid humans walking down here and got themselves killed. So.
Okay, so they're human-sized footprints.
Yeah, human-sized, but it could be at least 10, could be 100, I don't know. Can't work it out.
Yep.
I know myself it's only 2, Martin, by the way. So. If he wants to sense motive, he certainly can.
Give me a deception roll to see if you are actually very deceiving.
Now, the funny thing, I'm an Oathbreaker, so let's he gets tempted to lie to you and ask him not lying yet from me. Okay, deception, eh? Deception.
You are trying to do a lie.
Oh, deception. Yeah, I'm bullshit out of my ass. The number I got on my dice was looks like a little eye symbol with a little, looks like a numbering kind of thing. So you hear me just being really upset with kind of Cordar's recent comments. So yeah,
Jeremy, what's your perception DC?
I've got +7 on my perception.
So that means your DC 17. What did you get,
yeah.
Mark?
I rolled a 1 on the dice.
You rolled a 1 on the dice?
I critically passed.
You critically passed my comments. No matter what I said, he would have got it. So.
Okay, so with the 1, you can actually now you've got a tell for when the dwarf is lying. What's the tell?
I have a twitch on my right eye.
I'm asking Jeremy that one.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say, at least it's not like Bella, because he's got to tell when he's lying. His mouth's moving and there's some sound coming out.
I'm going to assume, first of all, second of all, I'm going to assume that the towel is just her standing on the ground like a petulant child.
Yeah, no one ever believed me.
Yeah, that'll be probably that'll be Sparky. Okay, fair ball.
But also, I'm not letting that slide, Jeremy, asshole.
So Jeremy, is that what you believe the tell is?
Absolutely, actually, obviously, yeah.
Okay, so Mark, you might want to note down.
Salty and cookie, she falls into falsehood.
You might want to note down that when you're lying, you seem to stamp around.
Yeah, stamp around. I like. Okay. Consider my Oathbreaker. I try not to lie. It's very good.
That's why I like to make the ones worthwhile.
stand around with arms crossed, okay? Is that okay?
That is fair.
Okay, well, that's but okay, to me it doesn't look like there's been anyone down here for at least a month or so, so I probably shouldn't be expecting anyone right now, but...
And you've gone for about 2,000 feet so far.
Yep, and next I'm saying that, hey, we're probably almost back to the level of Magnemar, so we might as well keep going at this stage and see if we can find out where this thing leads to.
Okay, so you continue on. And apparently have no random encounter, so you're nice.
Well, I said the fact that they've been at least a month or so that should be okay.
Hi ho, hi ho.
Quarter speaks the truth.
Sparky,
Yes.
the general idea of being quiet when moving is a constant.
Now, did you say to be quiet? I never heard you say quiet.
That's what I'm saying now, the fact that generally speaking, when we're walking along, no singing.
It's your place to lecture somebody on how to be quiet.
Yeah, I was about to say, after your last appearance where we could have walked across that bridge without being noticed, but anyway, it's okay. I'll assume that you know everything, Mr. Cordar, sir. And I kind of like, get in a kind of crossed arms kind of, something thing.
I said,
Damn, she just sucks the shit out of you.
I said, we aim to be quiet.
That's
I.e., that means not singing.
Still talk every day.
Okay, so you continue on and you reach what appears to be some form of natural caverns heading upwards.
Okay.
And you can still follow the footmarks.
Okay. We'll keep travelling in that direction. When we say natural caverns, does it mean that there's lots of passages, or still just effectively one passage?
There are many passageways off in different directions and chambers.
There's definitely a trail that we can follow.
Definitely a trail you can follow.
Yep. Okay. We'll keep following the trail then.
And whoever's in the lead gets to make a perception check.
Cool.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay.
It'd be a 27 upgraded.
27
Is there?
Yeah, Lou's with us.
Luna's still with us, yes.
Natural 1.
But that's right, because Cordar's the one in front.
Okay, so while Luna's travelling through the passageways, what special significance do these passageways have, Victor?
Another question?
Yes, it is.
Yes, okay, you're creating the story here.
If I fail for so much, maybe I think it's
It's a critical fail. You make something up that is not actually correct and becomes correct.
It's an actual a path to the stars and other planets.
So if you continue up, you go to stars and other planets, or if you go off to the side, you go to stars and other planets.
Maybe if I reach the end of this corridor, maybe there is an altar to other gods or something like that.
Christ. You've just warped reality. Oh God.
Hang on, and I'm probably standing next to Belloff at the time because I'm not going to be anywhere near Corder at the moment. And I said, yeah, Luna by name, Loony by nature.
I'm going to assume that Belloff suddenly feels a rip in reality and in the realm of existence, and looks to you and says, maybe.
And you hear some unworldly noise coming off from one of the side passageways, something you'd never heard before.
Oh God!
Nexus holding on to his tarot cards.
Put those tarot cards away, they might burn!
This party's gone crazy, hasn't it? Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Well, the first time it came up in my head, man. Sorry.
I'm more than happy with it. It's now a fact. There are portals to other worlds under Magnemar. Okay, and they are open.
This place is truly unnatural, even for me.
And so yes,
Another.
Corda leads you out to what appears to be a secret entrance out into the streets of Magnamar. You find yourself out in the old area of Magnamar. See if I can actually bring it up for you.
We should not have traveled this far. This is too far. We didn't travel long enough to get to Magnamar. Or to get to this.
Yeah, we did.
Somebody formed a hole in reality. You think we did, but we didn't.
Come on,
Where
Bella,
is
you're
it?
overreacting.
I managed to freak Bella out.
Overreacting? Am I the only one who realizes just how far we've come?
It's done now.
I'm a bit worried about this new Bella because I thought Bellas was very confident, and all of a sudden I see the new Bella, and it's like,
Charles, that you shouldn't know. I've discussed horrible things with creatures not of this realm. And yet, I'm really trying hard not to bring any 40k Warhammer 40,000 lore and gear.
So you can see this pillar here, where the mouse is.
Placeable lore.
Yep.
It comes out there.
Okay. That's quite close to where we first came across the Tower Girls, is it?
The Tower Girls was in this area in here.
Actually, underneath the beach. Okay, yep.
So it was not that far from it.
Yeah, so, okay.
And from the outside, you would not have been able to find this entrance. But you now know how to find it. You're seeing it's secret. You don't have to tell the others, though.
So, right, so I will, yes. Aim to come out like that without being noticed that it's come out of the sewers or anything in this sort of way. But certainly encourage the others to come out. And then
It's nice and bright out here, and your boat's still attached to the pier in the middle of the water. At
yeah,
the
that's
tower.
right, out of the crow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's nice and bright, but so how long have we been out for the day so far?
About half a day.
Yeah.
It's a lot faster to go this way.
Well, I was just seeing the fact that so the rest of the party have come out behind me, have they?
That's
Or
up to
they'll
them.
be distracted by anything important.
Maybe we should like since we are here, maybe I could like go back to the lodge and see a doctor. What do you
I'm thinking
think?
that yes, it's potentially worthwhile resting up. We can report on what we found so far, and also the fact that hey, we found a method of entering the depths of the place much more directly, and yeah. So I'm keen to go back to the Pathfinder log if people are happy to do so at the present time.
yeah, I want to look up, see if there's any other dwarves in the whole Pathfinder Society, and find out if Cordar's been known for dwarven racism at all. Okay, so.
No. Cordar is definitely known for being a racist, but he's racist to greenskins.
He hates goblins and orcs.
Alright.
And Nexo has certainly noticed the multiplications that, hey, yep, he's definitely racist. He's willing to, say, Nexo has demonstrated over the years that she's not the normal greenskin, but it's still, yep.
Can I look for any sort of, I don't know how to put books that reference dwarves and how dwarves are not to be treated the wrong way? Kind of thing. If we have a library at the Pathfinder Society, do we have some sort of library?
I'm sure you can have a look for a library in there. There are many libraries of Magnamar as well. I'm sure you can try to find one there.
I want to find one Pathfinder Society saying, just talking about dwarves, so I can give them a book about dwarves so they can read up on it.
Yes.
Okay, yes, you will find a book on dwarves.
Cool, I hand it to Cordar saying, do your research first and walk away.
That's right. Did you notice the dice he rolled?
I know that. I'm fully aware of
The book he found is called Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
It's a book. The book title says "How to Cook Dwarves."
How to what?
Cook dwarves. Okay, I look for another book, please. Roll.
Blow the dust off. Blow the cover and look at how to cook 4 dwarves.
Okay, hang on. Let me kind of.
That really
Jared Simpsons reference. Done.
I sense motive on the book, and I realise the book's not a good book, so I'm going to go look for another book.
Okay, you find another book.
Come on.
And you hand it to him as well. He reads out 101 insults to give to dwarves.
Meanwhile, Cordar was actually, he's quite happy to be in the library potentially at this stage as well. Or the fact that if Madam Hydemarsh wants a report on our activities of the morning, he's happy to provide a report. But he's actually also interested in finding out, or if there's any information on the Liza Jane or this Lockerbie, if their names have been belted in modern times or recognition. So.
Okay, so as you go in to speak to her, she's surprised to see you. She says, last she heard from you was over a month ago.
Okay. As far as I'm concerned, we left this morning. We're back a bit earlier than we expected.
You see, I told you. No one. I told you.
Right.
Well, in which case then Cordar will be giving a somewhat more detailed report about the fact that, well, apparently Luna here discovered and closed a gateway to hell that caused some of the significant wounds that have been patched up on us, which is part of the reason we thought we'd come back earlier.
Okay, hearing your account, she tells you that you probably spent close to a month in that maze reaching the center.
Right, okay, so that means, I was about to say the wounds certainly don't look a month old, but that would be okay because the wounds are still, it was before we got to the wounds that we had the month. Right.
It was literally a time compressed maze.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I suspect that...
In its time in reality, Luna did it. It was the portals.
Well, I suspect that at the very least then that that time trap is probably destroyed along with the gate. Since the maze was destroyed. So... but yes.
She's glad that you're alive. She's just surprised because it had been so long. She thought you'd been lost in the depths below.
Well, apparently we were lost, but now we found ourselves. And we hadn't realised we were lost.
Right, American national anthem.
That's right.
There was an earthquake in Magnemire around the time you said you destroyed the portal.
But that would have only been alright. That would have only been
Today.
I mean, that's right. It's like
Hours ago.
Hours ago at most.
Yeah.
Is Bella here right now with his certain new pets?
Possibly he probably wouldn't bring them into the actual her library or office.
One of my Raven, yes. The other Raven and the Hellhound, probably no. I'm just trying to make sure they get along though.
Oh, they both get along.
But are you leaving them outside the manor?
Where is it?
Or did you bring them through Magnemar?
I mean, yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Or did you leave them at the sewer entrance?
I reckon I'd definitely bring both of the Ravens, but
You leave the puppy by itself?
I don't know that I'd leave the Hellhound by myself. The Raven, actually, alright, I'll leave the Raven looking after the Hellhound just before we come back into Magnum.
Okay.
As a player, I'm not certain there's a right answer amongst the options.
Well, at least now you've got a guardian for the doorway.
Indeed.
Yeah. I definitely think the Hellhound needs supervision, and I definitely think the Raven is more than just a Raven. So, yeah, the Raven can look after the Hellhound.
So instead of the blind leading the blind, we've got the devil leading the demon.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I believe they're both devils.
I think they're both devils, but
You're saying it like there's something wrong.
that's right. Cornell was not paying attention to Bella's actions because, hey, what he doesn't know about might not hurt him too much.
Well, if he's not paying attention to his actions, then I guess he can get stabbed in the ribs. Like, no. Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Okay, so yes, you make it back to High March Manor without your puppy and your extra crow.
Oh. Raven.
And you managed to sit down with Lady Hindmarsh, have some tea, and talk about the earthquake, the horribleness of being lost for a month.
Yep. In the report, okay, the existence of the Hellhound will certainly come up in the reporting. The crow probably wouldn't actually register on Cordar's noted so much because he already had a crow. Wouldn't necessarily recognise he only had one crow before and now got two.
I know we called it a raven, but it keeps coming out as a crow.
Yeah, anyway. The opportunity for Luna to get her hand looked at, or her fist. As I say, Cordar's also keen to know, if Madam Hindmarsh, or does anyone like to know, we did meet someone down there who claimed to be Lockerbie, and who left the Liza Jane, and apparently a shipwreck just that we saw out beside the crow, but we didn't get a chance to find out how long ago or when that might have been. And
well, she says I might be able to tell you about that. She says, looking at some notes she has. She says about 5 years ago, a ship known as the Liza Jane sank near the Crow, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And its captain went by the name of Lockerbie Brast.
Okay, so it seems that the entity that we were talking to either knew the story or was there. So,
What sort of creature was the captain?
He was human, and his wife still lives in the city. No, her name is Lisa Jane Brast.
Maybe we can go after her and pick some info.
What would you tell her, that you spoke to someone under the bridge
Potentially a
pretending to
dead
be her dead husband? Yes.
Yeah.
That would be spreading rumors. She says Pathfinders don't spread rumors.
I suggest that it means that our friend Lockerbie down there is potentially someone that we should investigate further.
Yeah. Well, he did say he was cursed or prevented by a curse or something.
Exactly. And wasn't willing to show his face to us in any way. So
I do ask our Pathfinder lovely lady. I say, lady, is there any reason why the actual Liza Jane sank at all? Was there any reason behind it, or was just was there any issues with the ship itself or anything like that was brought up in your knowledge that you know?
In the notes on the ship, the captain crashed into the Crow itself with the boat and went down off the ship. Apparently,
were there any survivors?
None. He apparently died while sick with something.
Okay, so was there any other crew on board?
No one made it back to shore.
Right.
No one knows what was not who was on the ship at the time. It was believed all hands went down.
And so, having decided that, okay, probably we're going to do that, how far was the ship away from the Crow? Like, how far would we have to travel underwater to actually get to it?
You would have to travel about 40 feet.
40 feet.
That's two dwarven strides.
Well, probably the stride will be a bit longer when you kind of push the water underneath it.
Okay. Well, swimming speeds are 10 feet from memory, so it should be 4 dwarven strides.
Yes, but obviously to search the ship as he was looking for this work, even if we knew exactly where to find it, if Lockhart is willing to tell us, it'll take us some time and effort to be under there, so we'll have to try and find some method of surviving underwater more easily.
I still want to, well, not to mention that we found her husband, still talk to Lockieby's, I suppose, widow.
Yeah.
Just saying we're looking to investigate the ship that your husband used to thing, and we're just trying to find information about the ship that you might know before it sunk, unfortunately. So we could do it that way. I'm not sure if you want to do it
I
that
want to
way.
ask her about the brooch, maybe. Like, was it her brooch?
Well, and I'm just saying, was there anything on the actual ship that you were, if we do go investigate the ship, that you would want us to get or something like that? That's what I was going to ask the questions.
But the obvious response or question to that would be that why are we investigating the ship
It's
now after 5 years?
We've come up in a Pathfinder matter, and we just want to make sure there's a.
And you don't want to talk about being a Pathfinder.
Don't we go back? Okay.
We're filming a TV show called Cold Case.
Trying to solve the unsolved mystery.
You mean shipwreck investigations?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cold.
Yeah. Cold waters, we call it. Yeah. No, okay. We can't do that. Then we can't.
Well, I mean, I'm not certain there's a plausible reason to be going and asking her about it without telling her that, hey, we might have run into your husband that hasn't come home for 5 years and apparently now lives underwater.
And he's got his shiny eyes. Yeah, I'm sure that's.
So if she's a bitch about it, we can just be like, I can see why your husband didn't come back.
Wow. That went.
That's cold, huh?
So perhaps if we, well, and again, this comes down to the option of whether or not we find we have the capacity or we can find the capability to actually get to the ship. If we do, I suggest that we investigate the ship first, and then we can come to the widow with results.
Oh, I think that's probably the way. Yeah, right.
Rather than, because that means it could be the sort of thing. Yes, we came across the ship while other investigations, and we found this kind of stuff.
Lady High-Marsh says if you guys can come up with 55 gold, she can get you 5 potions of water breathing.
How much?
55 gold.
Because stupid bloody Pinwinkel took it with him.
But hey, you've got a priceless skull.
I just look at you with disdain.
You know how dwarves love skulls.
Especially the Druidian rewards. Yeah.
Aww. Hey Martin,
Yeah.
so there's like a good library here, right?
There is a fair library, yes.
Would there be like a way for Nick to get better at reading his tarot cards? Like, is there some sort of study he could do or something?
Well, that's more of an arcane thing, and she may or may not have something on tarot cards. Apparently, she doesn't.
Yeah, it's beside a book on dwarves.
Yeah. How to cook tarot cards.
101 joke readings on tarot cards.
Yeah.
I'll remember this, guys. Just put it out there. I'll remember this.
Well, Madam High Master, I believe that we may be able to come up with such funds in the future, but the
Have you brought anything out from the place that would be worth your happy parting with? Such as pointing out to Jeremy the sack of coins you found.
Yes, yeah. Oh, yes, we have the ball sack, yeah. Okay,
oh yeah, there was stuff inside that sack.
oh, well, there we go. That's yours, Annie. You have that one. Okay. The funny thing, we had in the group loot, scrolls of water breathing. Just put it out there, guys. Just look through it there. But that's no longer there anymore, so, yeah. So, also, there are plenty of vials of liquid that we didn't identify, too. So, oh well, things happen.
I think they've all gone if you haven't identified them by now.
Definitely, like, yeah.
Or by the what was that unfortunately the identification actually used them up. We just worked out what they were when they were all finished.
We had a brooch as well, a gold royal brooch too, so I'm not sure if that's linked or not. So, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you had the Queen's brooch. I'm not sure if you actually gave it back or not. I think you did.
I thought that was how we became part of the members of the guard, because
I have vague recollection of that.
I believe you did, yes.
Yeah, we had a silver ring with Emma on it. Yeah, we had a lot of vials of liquid. I'm just putting it out there, guys. There could have been some water breathing potions there, but anyway, it's all good.
Who knows? It might have been some of Penwinkle's practice work.
It could have been used for others. No, I've not got that thought in my head now. Damn you. Oh, damn you.
Well, yeah, certainly Cordar is happy to present any relics and artifacts that we may have found while I'm there.
Okay,
including a bag of coins.
So the old sack is she pulls out the coins and she says there's 117 silver coins here. She's willing to give you a gold for each silver.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
More than a fair deal, and if it can be useful to the Pathfinder Society, then
she will still make a profit on that. She says to, because the coins themselves are old.
I do ask the the bag that the coins are in.
She says yes. You want the giant's testicle back, do you? She says.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll put it in my backpack. I've got a giant testicle bag. Okay, gotcha.
I see you're attached to it.
Hey, I touched it first, so I've got to make sure no one else does. So.
And yet Cordar was the one that
carried it.
He just grabbed it and picked it up and put it in his bag.
And she also says, "Did any of you read this scroll? That was amongst the coins."
Nope.
No.
So I didn't even know.
There was actually a scroll amongst the room that had the floating stuff, wasn't it?
There was the scroll was in the sack of that you hadn't actually looked at. You just saw coins and didn't go any further.
Yeah, well, okay. Unfortunately, we had not actually, despite the fact that apparently we've been gone for a month, we haven't actually had the time to review any of the stuff that we found there. We just collected and moved on at this stage.
Well, if you want to rest the night, you can spend some time identifying any magic you may have found, such as your skull. You said was magical.
Okay.
It's magical to a dwarf. It's okay. You don't need to look at that one. It's okay.
But you believe it's magical. That's the problem.
No.
She doesn't believe it's magical. She knows it's magical and priceless. She's not leaving it out of sight.
It's a Jaggelhoff thing. It's not just to let it go. It's more valuable for my family and our beliefs. Okay, so it's okay.
She just shakes her head and looks at you. She has no idea what dwarven belief that would follow, but if you could write a paper on it, she'll be much enlightened.
Okay, I start writing a paper. placement about the Dwinian awards that my family followed, okay?
She'll add it to the library along with all her other dwarven texts.
I go to the library, start
And
spending
it'll
the
be
whole...
equally useful.
Yeah, well, everyone else can do something else. I'm going to write a full report on the Dwinian family awards of... what's my family background name again? Amber Sparks. So, yeah.
Okay. If everyone would like to have a long rest, you can spend the night in your actual beds and head out again in the morning.
That is certainly the plan, particularly now that we can know an easy way to get to and from the tower or the crow.
I only had one thing to do tonight. I wanted to go talk to Bellas, if he's around his room.
Okay.
So I assume we all get separate rooms, or we're all in the same room?
I know you have a common room.
Okay. I'll take Bella out for just outside away from everyone else, and I'll just go, so, I'm intrigued, and I just gave him, I said, I'm intrigued by you. You seem to have mystery to you that I don't know yet. I said,
look, I'm flattered, but I'm not really attracted to orcs.
oh, look, no, not in that, look, honestly, you and me are not really the types that usually talk, but
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by your crows and your hellhound. You seem to have an attachment to interesting things.
Again, I don't really think you're their type either.
Oh, look, definitely not. I'm just intrigued that maybe one day you can talk about the history of your, I suppose, your affiliation. Maybe we'll have a beer one day, once we get this all finished in this dungeon.
Trust me, if I told the entire history of Grognak, your mind would be warped, and you would be a broken man.
Hey, I've seen worse things from my brothers. It's okay. I think I'm up for it. But maybe after we finish this, okay? So
you really haven't, and your predecessor couldn't deal with it either.
So what's about this Pinwinkle guy? I hear all these interesting things by everyone else. Was he really that bad?
No, well, I mean, Pinwinkle started off as an innocent, really fantastic, and well-rounded, charming person. But, hardly yet. Well, then you met me.
So you're saying you're the influence on Pinwinkle? I find it hard to believe right now.
So I have everything around me to my own needs and wants.
I'm going to be interested in this talk later on. Okay, no problems. Okay, I'm going to go back to it. See ya, mate.
See things you could never want to see.
And in the back of Batlaf's head, he hears the voice of the other raven, the one that's not here, says he found that conversation intriguing.
Well, cool.
And you find it quite startling that apparently it saw and heard everything you saw and heard.
Honestly, not really that surprised the way my life has been going right now. I just can't be surprised anymore.
So you have the feeling you now have two familiars.
Well, you might say that they're being a little bit overly familiar.
They're crowing for attention. Sorry.
Oh, well done, Raven.
There you go, Raven.
Wow.
Even mad.
Well, he's got his flock and he's going with it.
I do hand you my reports within the night to later on. So I'll read my full one-page report about the Dominion Amber Spark Awards and explain why they're there for and what the aim is every year at the family gathering. So. And you're going to find the most interesting way something to go at.
And she asks, is that why you normally desecrate other species?
No, not necessarily. I usually just record it, but the skull needed a bit more. I thought it'd be okay. I said, I don't usually do this, but it's like the skull just recording it wouldn't matter, and the skull needs to be shown.
So you have this thing for skulls?
This one only. I said, not usually. I usually just write it down, and I usually don't do too well. I think I might be on the winner this year.
You guys remember when this party member was a little bit innocent, and then I started participating in the session?
Yes, I know, David. Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway.
so you end up having a long conversation with her about the Darwinian Awards.
Yeah.
You do notice that for the entire conversation, there's a raven with red eyes standing on the windowsill staring at you.
Do I have my back to the raven, or the raven? I see eye to eye with the raven.
You see the raven looking over Miss Hindmarsh's shoulder directly at you.
No, I'm feeling. I haven't seen any bad things by this raven yet, so I have no need to fear right now. Okay, so even the red eyes might be a bit off-daunting, but I saw somebody with glowing eyes in the water before. I feel I'm okay now. So.
Okay, so you guys get to have a good night's rest. You get to recover 3 hit points each, which is what a good night rest does for you.
Can I do some medicine?
How many?
3.
I was going to say, we can do a couple of heal checks before going to bed, I think.
Yeah.
So the idea is that people will be fully healed when we wake up in the morning.
Yeah, because I got a natural 20 on
Except
mine.
obviously for Lucy's, hand. But yes.
Okay, so Mark, you do 2d8 and then you double the result.
That's 20 total for me. I'm at 4 hit points. I'm healed completely.
Border will also go finish. Do the healing on Luna. 19. So the 2d8. A total of 7.
I did the wrong number last time, so I added the extra one this time.
Okay, that's right then.
And she's got 1 point of damage.
Yeah, I will ask next if she wants me to do some healing on her at all, like use my special healing kit.
Well, since you can't even identify what my gender is, I hardly think you've got much medical knowledge.
Well, I just did walk away then. Okay, fair enough. Gotcha.
Bellad's happy to help next. Next.
Oh, yeah, I'll take some healing.
Shall I roll for you, David?
I was about to ask, yeah, but feel free. Anyone, literally anyone.
So I rolled a 9.
That would be.
So were you doing medicine or were you doing a spell?
Medicine. Fuck, I'm not using spells.
And so you recover 11
You are about
points.
to sleep, man. You will lose your slots.
Yeah, cool. Anyway. What happens if we get a tattoo tonight? Anyway, sorry, Martin, what were you saying?
So yes, you managed to heal 11, so we have Luna with 1 point of damage and Nexa with 2.
Yeah.
And that's after getting the 3 back, you mean?
That is after getting it all back, yes.
Okay.
So,
That's fine.
Cordar's happy to do a check in the morning just to pack them up before we head out. 17, so that's more than enough. So, yep, enough for Luna. And assuming Neck is happy for Cordar to attempt the patching?
yeah.
No, natural 20.
So yes, you heal both of them.
Next
But it is-
feels right.
But it will be the last roll of the night because unfortunately I'm keeping the game shorter at the moment while my health is still
That's all
recovering.
fine. Okay. Happy the fact that, yep, we're basically ready to head out again, going forward in that sort of way.
Yeah,
Did
that's
people
fine.
want to divide up, give yourself, say, 20 GP each, and we keep 17 in the kitty at the moment?
Yeah.
Just to avoid then the idea of someone losing money or disappearing. Or
And did you wish to spend 55 on the water breathing potions?
Yeah, Nex is happy with that, if everyone else is.
We're happy to put the party into that. Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
We'll get the water breathing potions for everyone, and that can be the first stop on the because we've got to go back via Lockerbie Bridge anyway.
Well, Lady Hindmarsh was going to pick them up for you if you had the money.
Yeah. Well, in that case then, what's that? 55, 45, 55, 62.
So after the 55, you had 62 left. Yes.
Yeah. So okay, 10 each, and we'll keep 12 in kitty at the present time.
Cool. Who's got to record the kitty because I lost all the money thing last time. So
I'll record kitty if you like.
Thank you, because I think after last session, I set a character going AWOL. I think it's best somebody else does it. So.
Just in case that happens again.
The long-term effects of water breathing potions.
Are you an anti-vaxxer?
No, I'm an anti-water breathing potion.
The long-term effects are as long as you're out of the water within the hour, not so bad. But after an hour, it can be quite crushing.
Look, I've done my research and I know the true effects. I don't believe what you're saying to me.
Well, you think it'll be crushing anyway?
Look, what I think is that we should all go into the water, into the water, and just let nature sort it out.
Yeah.
The water is what we need.
Well, the point is, Corda is not going to force Bella to take a potion as we go in.
But Corda's Bella's not available to come to the pub because he hasn't been taking the potion properly. So.
Why don't we just go swimming every day and wait for herd immunity to kick in?
Oh, this is a good time, man. There you go. Okay.
Okay, so thank you, everyone. So,
Thanks, Martin.
good night, all, and I will see you at the next game.
Have a good night, all. Catch you next time.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.